I can sense it. The King of Glory is here. I can feel it. I can see him. The King of Glory is here. Can you feel him? Can you sense him? The King of Glory is here. Hey! Can you feel it? Can you see him? The King of Glory is here.
Citi 97.3.
Can you feel it?
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The King of Glory is here. Hey! Can you feel it? Can you see Jesus right here? The King of Glory is here.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show.
Can you sense Him? The King of Glory is here. Hey, can you feel it? Can you see it? The King of Glory is here.
Citi 97.3.
Can you feel it? Can you sense it? The King of Glory is here. Hey, can you feel it? Can you see Jesus right here? The King of Glory is here. I feel the hero. I feel the hero. Hey, I feel the hero. Da 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 da. I feel the hero. Lift your voice and say, can you feel it? The King of Glory is here. So can you see the King of Glory? Say, can you feel it? Can you sense? Hey! Somebody say, can you feel? Can you feel? Can you see? I saw. I feel it, hero. I feel it, hero. Hey, I feel it, hero. Da 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 da. Hey, the time say I feel it, hero. Hey, I feel it, hero. We've been expecting you. I feel it, hero. Hey, I feel it, hero. Somebody lift it up, say, I can feel it. I can feel it. Sure. Hiya. Say, I can feel Say, I can feel the King of Glory. Say, I feel the hero. I feel the hero. Sure. I feel the hero. Da 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 da. Hey, lift your voice, say, we've been expecting you. We welcome you. We've been expecting you. Hey, we've been expecting you.
And if you have loudspeakers in your car, raise the volume.
Expecting you.
It's called surround sound.
We've been expecting you.
The drum is also an instrument of war
Expecting you.
to penetrate the heavens. Hey, I know today will be a great day because we've started on a good note.
Lift your hands. King of Zion. Mighty ruler. Ruler of Jerusalem. We welcome you. King of Zion. Mighty ruler. Ruler of Jerusalem. We welcome you on the side. Somebody welcome him. Mighty ruler. Ruler of Jerusalem. Say, King of Zion. Ruler.
And if you're looking for the song, just look for Kaabo by Dunsin Oyekan from the album The Glory Experience.
King of Zion.
Viva Beverages are proud to be associated with the newspaper review. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, a drink that's made in Ghana to the world, insist on Piva Beverages. Call 0550032231. Piva, a taste you would love. Also sponsored by Total Excellium, a 3-in-1 powerful premium fuel. Cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your consumption. Also reduces CO2. You will drive and drive and drive. My name is Bernard Avle. Thank you for staying with us. Caleb Kuda is joining me with the newspaper headlines. I can see you are feeling the song.
It's powerful.
You are feeling the song.
I'm soaking it.
Yeah, it's very important. So many news stories.
Yeah.
How many more ministers have been nominated?
So we are told. How many more? Yesterday we saw a Blackwell taking.
No, don't confuse yourself. The
Okay,
things in
sorry.
front of you.
So 4 more. 17 more ministers nominated.
Yes,
Cabinet
please.
secretary, 9 presidential staffers also named.
It was 3, and then they added some 9, and then there were 13.
Yeah.
And now they've added 17.
Yes.
The whole thing is now 42.
Yeah.
Waiting for the rest to make the 60 mark.
To go, yes.
Wonderful. So what paper are you starting with?
So this is Daily Graphic. Samuel Okudzeto of Blackwell is here. Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak is here as well. He's going to Interior. Samuel Blackwell is going to Foreign Affairs. Kwabena Akando Health. And then Omane Buama for Defense. So 17 more ministers nominated. Cabinet Secretary, 9 presidential staffers also named. Now, attaining food sufficiency, government to introduce 2 agri programs. This is the minister designate. Cash flow woes cripple SHS food supply. Education minister designate is saying.
So all these are graphic front page.
Yes.
Meanwhile, on the back page.
On the back page, Kaswa juvenile killer prays for forgiveness, and Dansuman Beach Road residents plead for sea defense completion because their buildings are coming down as a result of the
waters.
Yes.
Now the Chronicle says honest Zoom Lion staff returns 20,000 cedis found on the ground.
Wow.
His name is Salifu Ibrahim.
Wow.
He returned it to the person who he believed it was for.
Wow.
Also on the front page, Lebanon Secondary School raises red flag over safety threats by squatters.
Wow.
And then Parliament approves 6 ministers.
Ghanaian Times will generate massive revenue from property rates. Local government minister designate. But I think we've heard this before. 15-year-old in Kasua murder giving 12 months jail term. President Mahama nominates 17 more ministers. Some George is here. Samuel Okudzeto Blackwell is here as well. 10 appointees to president's office named.
Now, back page of the paper also leads with more.
Agric insurance scheme for farmers in the offing. Minister designate, and then enact stringent laws to protect public lands. This is Jaku Manche.
The Daily Analyst says Mohammed's latest nominees are Blackwell is Ghana's top diplomat. Also, Omani Boama grabs defense. Sam George gets communication. Akando goes to health. All of these and more. Meanwhile, Atufosin Ayini Jenapo approved. Randy Abbey grabs cocoa board. It looks like it's like a grabbing spree.
Yeah.
Everybody's grabbing.
Yeah.
Now, interesting headlines here. Kwesi Sapong, who is the senior partner at KPMG, has been appointed acting commissioner general. You will pay tax. Sami Uku commends Mahama for appointing young people into his government. Meanwhile, minority slums government over confusion at collation centers.
I bring you to the Herald newspaper, and on the GRA and outgoing GRA boss boast of leaving 152,979 billion Ghana cedis behind. So this is basically saying that she left 6.978 billion more Ghana cedis.
Than
she met from Amisha Dai. What am I doing this morning? So East Legon gold dealer gets MIF's $25 million seized by Fidelity Bank as more questionable investments plague Ghana's mineral wealth. Herald newspaper. And Randy Abbey finally gets Cocoa Board CEO job. Whole NDC office burnt over Mohammed's appointments, and Ghana beats 89 countries in mobile money regulatory framework.
We need to look at these stories carefully. This story from Ho about an NDC office burnt. There's one in the publisher. Bole NDC thugs on rampage over ministerial snap. That's on page 3. Also, new Bust MD pledges to strengthen company, page 6. And learn from Gina Pos. Apenyo marking to politicians. Meanwhile, the Zoom Lion CEO, Zoom Lion EA staff story is also trending here in the publisher.
So the news center, Mahama releases final batch of ministerial nominees. Mahama told to declare state of emergency over Galamsey. Engineer Ken Ashigbe is here. Fitch upgrades outlook for Ghanaian banks amid economic turnaround. Bole in flames over Mahama's ministerial snap. That's here as well. New Bust MD commits to innovation, collaboration, and excellence. Randy Abbey's story is here, and the GRA story is here of its former boss.
All right, let's get into the Business Financial Times.
BNFT, Ghana Nigeria business relations in focus as BNFT meets Nigerian High Commission. Chamber of Mines urges comprehensive approach to tackle illegal mining. Land banks to address low agric output. And then also high treasury use persists 2 years on.
The Citi Newsroom website appointment committee has been abysmal in vetting nominees. This is ASEPA. This is the Africa Center for Parliamentary Affairs commenting. In other stories, poor management of schools undermining free SHS success. This is a former GSDG Aheto Chega. Monetary Policy Committee begins 3-day meeting to assess economy. It will be an interesting one because of the new membership with all the things we're seeing. Meanwhile, the whole story says unidentified persons. So if you come to the Citi Newsroom angle, they are saying it's unidentified persons who set the NDC office ablaze. So, and then 50 people have been arrested in Nkwanta conflict. And then Asenso Bache hit back at Abuja. He says Abuja lied. Akufo-Addo constructed 13,624 kilometers of roads. Now, Channel 1 News is leading with free SHS. Boarding and day students must pay for feeding. This is the former DG of Ghana Education Service. So he was on face-to-face yesterday with some very insightful thoughts on the sector. Meanwhile, Mahama appoints Anthony Sapong as acting Commissioner General of GRA. Appoints Randy Abe as acting Cocoa Board CEO. Meanwhile, Kwachio Fusu says Mahama followed critical parameters in appointments. We'll bring you the highlights of that interview from our news bulletin yesterday, where he was responding to claims that the balance in the ministerial nominees was not there. In other headlines, minority calls for probe into military miners clash at Anglo Gold Ashanti. And then trust Mohammed's leadership, Bole Bamboy MP to rampaging constituents. That seems to be the flavor of most of the stories this morning. Bernard Mona says whether Mahama appoints PNC members or not, we have our game plan. He is the chairman, I think, or something in PNC. And then no more post-election chaos. IDEC and CFI call for immediate reforms. This is also on my Journal 9 website. And Volta region deserves more appointments for our hard work, not the MP. This matter is becoming something.
But I think they have 4 already or 3.
3 ministerial nominees. And then everywhere else in the world, Trump is trumping. He has signed executive orders.
He's brought the Trump card.
He considers 10% tariff cut on China from as soon as next week. Talk of hitting the ground running, you know. Meanwhile,
protecting American interests.
We are told Netflix to raise prices as new subscribers soar. Meanwhile, there's a very interesting analysis of 6 executive Trump orders to watch. Some will affect your relatives who live in America. Let's get into the details.
Parliament OK 6 ministerial nominees. Nana Kuredo Ajiman writes for Daily Graphic that Parliament has approved 6 of President's ministerial nominees so far vetted by the Appointments Committee. The 6 include the Minister of Finance, Dr. K.C. Olatofosin, Minister of Energy, John Abdullahi Jinapor, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Nitiwo. The rest are the Minister of Roads and Highways,
Dominic Ayine.
Yes,
Nitiwo is in your mind, but Ayine is.
I said Nitiwo.
Yes, plenty of things are happening today. So Ayine has been nominated.
Ayine, thank you. Now the rest are the Minister of Roads and Highways, Kwame Gavin Zagboja, Minister of Roads, Haruna Idrisu, and Minister of Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku. The 6 were vetted on January 13 and January 21, 2025 by the 11-member committee. The committee subsequently approved them unanimously by consensus. Now, prior to their confirmation, the chairman of the Appointment Committee, Bernard Ahiafo, presented the committee's report on the President's nomination for appointment as ministers. It goes on to tell us their background, regional balance, and all of that. But 17 more ministers have been nominated. That's on the front page of Daily Graphic this morning. Timothy Nyangbe writes that President John Dramani Mahama has submitted the tallest list of ministerial nominees to Parliament for approval, taking the number of ministers designated so far to 42 in fulfillment of his promise to nominate all cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval within the first 14 days and form his government in the shortest possible time. So it goes on page 3. Then it gives you a breakdown of who is where and what.
So we have
so Ningo Pram Pram. Okay, let me start from here. Spokesperson to the President, Felix Kwachio Fosu, has been named
minister designate
that's
for government communications.
Yes, please.
Then who else do we have?
We have Dr. Edward Omanebuama,
Minister Designate for Defense.
We have Ningo Prampram MP Samuel
Nate
George,
Communication, Digitalization
and Innovation.
Yes.
And then you have Member of Parliament for Elembele and former Energy Minister
Kofi Boa is going to Lands and Natural Resources.
That's right. So MP for Boem Enoti Region Kofi Adams.
He's going for Sports and Recreation.
Was Central MP in Upper West Region Abdul Rashid H. Pelpo.
Employment, Labor and Jobs.
Yeah. And then you have Draboso MP, Western North, Kwabena Menta Kando.
He's going to the Ministry of Health.
Tamale Central MP, North Region, Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed.
Environment, Science and Technology.
So there are a few more nominees here in Saboba region. The MP for Saboba in the Northern region, Joseph Bukari Nikpi is Minister Designate for Transport.
Okay. Asawase
MP, Ashanti region, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak
Interior.
is Minister Designate for Interior. North Tong MP is going for Foreign Affairs. And former Deputy Minister of Defense, Kenneth Gilbert, is Designate for Works and Housing.
Let me now bring you some highlights of reactions. Africa Center for Parliamentary Affairs is saying that they are worried over the ongoing vetting. They say that the conduct of members of both sides has hindered the process, preventing a thorough interrogation of nominees. Speaking to Citi News, Dr. Rashid Daramani, Executive Director, called for a reassessment of the appointment committee's approach to ensure the vetting process serves its intended purpose. Now, in terms of balance, Mahama followed critical parameters in appointments. Kwachu Fosu, so Felix Kwachu Fosu, who's a nominee himself and acting spokesperson to the president, has called for calm amid concerns over gender and regional imbalances in the appointments. Now, critics, including the parliamentary minority, residents of certain constituencies, and gender advocates, have expressed dissatisfaction over what they perceive as lack of representation on various angles. Now, addressing the concerns in an interview with Channel One News, Kwachi Ofosu emphasized that forming a government involves more than just ministerial nominations. According to him, the president followed critical parameters to achieve the right balance in appointments and urged stakeholders to trust the president's broader vision for governance. So let me quote him. The reality is that there are only so many people that the president can appoint, and he has done so having regard for all the parameters that need to be met and the factors that are taken into consideration to achieve the right balance. This goes beyond where or which region one comes from. I will urge for calm. There are many other opportunities for inclusion. There is still room for other forms of appointment that go beyond the ministerial positions we have made. In the office of the president, for instance, out of the 16 appointments that have been made, 7 of them are women, which is 44%. He then goes on to give other parameters. So now let's talk about people who are angry.
Yes, if you go to Bole, the president's backyard, we are told Bole is in flames over Mahama's ministerial snub. Supporters of the National Democratic Congress in Bole in the Savannah region have accused President John Dramani Mahama of failing to honor his campaign promises that grieved supporters enraged by the omission of Bole Bamboy MP Alhaji Yusuf Suleimana from the final list of ministerial nominees staged the violent protest in town. Now the demonstrators burned car tires in front of the late father of President Mahama's residence and issued threats to destroy the local NDC office if their demands were not addressed. Now this protest is particularly striking as Bole is President Mahama's hometown, a constituency that has consistently supported him politically. The supporters claim they were assured by the president during the campaign that their MP would secure a ministerial position. However, no appointee from the area featured in the newly announced list.
A couple of things. The MP himself has urged them to stop what they are doing. The appointments are not over. So I'm not even sure why they're doing this. Now, in Ho as well, we're told that unidentified persons have set an NDC office ablaze. Story by Abigail Arthur, CitiNewsroom.com, that some unidentified individuals have vandalized and set ablaze the NDC office in Ho. Now, the blaze destroyed essential equipment, including computers, fans, photocopiers, and crucial documents. Now, the fire service responded promptly, managing to extinguish the fire and prevent further damage. Now, preliminary reports suggest that the attack may, this is the key word, have been a reaction to President Mahama's recent ministerial appointments, which did not include a representative from Ho Central.
But you have 3 from the Volta region.
The omission has reportedly sparked. You see, the kind of politics we do is what leads to these kinds of things.
Yeah.
The omission has reportedly sparked discontent among some individuals. Let's be careful. Now, let's come to other issues. Free SHS is in focus, and I'll give you a quick story on this. Charles Aheto Chega is a former DG of the Ghana Education Service. He was on Face to Face yesterday and said some very important things. He says boarding and day students must pay. Charlie, this is serious. So he was speaking to Umaru Sanda yesterday, and he says that boarding and day students must pay feeding fees. Dr. Charles Aheto Chega, a former DG of GES, has called for urgent reforms in the management of secondary schools across the country. He highlighted the high cost of feeding students, suggesting that both boarding and day students should contribute to their meal expenses. According to him, this measure would alleviate the financial burden on the government, which has struggled to consistently fund student meals. What we can do is to reduce the focus on boarding. That is why President Mahama previously started with the E-block schools. In case the day school system, increase the day school system, increase the community day school system, and ensure that everybody goes to a school that is closer to the person. Well, if you listen to the version of the nominee for education, he even told the former minister that they were discussing a day school and why the day schools even need boarding facilities. So I said to, whilst you are moving left, somebody is moving right.
Meanwhile, he's captured on page 28. That's the minister designate for the sector, and he says cash flow woes cripple SHS food supply. Severus Kalideri is writing that the minister designate for education, Haruna Idrisu, has stated that the issue of food shortage in senior high school is a cash flow problem. He hinted that the government would have to phase out the implementation of the current centralized system of providing food to schools, stressing that we cannot afford any food shortage as the schools run. So we are looking forward to that stakeholder consultative assembly.
Yes, so essentially
on education.
Essentially, this is what's going to happen in a lot of the sectors. There will be a big meeting. So for the education one, there's going to be a national stakeholder from education to discuss this. For the economy, I'm told there's going to be one as well. Now let me stay with security. 50 arrested in Nkwanta conflict. So if there's all kinds of things happening in this country. Letitia is reporting on Citi News that 50 persons, including or suspected of involvement in a recent conflict in Nkwanta, were apprehended during an operation in Shiare, Oti region on the morning of Tuesday, January 21. They are set to undergo screening before legal proceedings commence. Now, the National Security Coordinator, DCOP Osman Abdul Razak, visited Nkwanta to assess the situation and engage with traditional leaders from the feuding factions in a bid to foster peace. Providing an update, Oti Regional Police Commander, DCOP Alex Akwa, reported the devastating impact of the renewed conflict, which has claimed 6 lives, injured 10 people, and resulted in the destruction of 12 homes and a shop. Now, the National Security Coordinator expressed concern over persistent chieftaincy and land disputes in the country and emphasized the importance of enhanced cooperation among security agencies to address the situation. Well, their work is cut out. We wish them very, very well. Now, he was we are told that Chief of Army Staff Major General Bismarck Kwesi Onwuna commended the collaborative efforts of security agencies, underscoring the significance of their joint action. Now let's get other stories.
Bernard, Zoom Lion YEA operative in Tamale returns 20,000 Ghana cedis to owner.
Wow.
Now, in a display of honesty and integrity, a worker with the Youth Employment Agency YEA under Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, Salifu Ibrahim, returned 20,000 Ghana cedis to its rightful owner in Tamale in the northern region. The incident, which has been hailed as a shining example of moral rectitude, occurred when Mr. Ibrahim found a large sum of money. Instead of keeping it for himself, he chose to track down the owner and return the money. When asked why he returned the money, Mr. Ibrahim indicated that it was against his religion to take something which was not his. The owner, who wishes to remain anonymous, expressed gratitude to the Good Samaritan for his exceptional honesty and integrity. Quote, "I am overwhelmed with joy and appreciation for this selfless act," the owner gladly said. More of this.
All right, now a few more appointments. Kwesi Sapong, Acting Commissioner General of GRA. President has announced the appointment of Anthony Kwesi Sapong as the Acting Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. The appointment effective 21st January. That was yesterday. Now, Mr. Sapong is until his appointment, I suppose, is the managing partner of KPMG. We know them as an audit firm.
Yes.
It's part of the so-called Big Four. So that's an interesting appointment. Then Randy Abe,
yes,
a long-time journalist and sports you can call him a sports administrator.
Yes, please.
Has been named as the new or incoming CEO.
Herald has
Cocoa
got
Board.
that as well. It says Randy Abe finally gets Cocoa Board CEO job. As reported by the Herald on Monday, January 2025, President John Mahama has appointed Dr. Ransford Anete Abe, formerly of Metro TV and host of Good Morning Ghana show, as the acting chief executive officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board. This development was confirmed in a letter addressed to Dr. Abe Tuesday, January 21, 2025, signed by Dr. Callistus Mahama, secretary to the president. Your appointment takes effect from 21st January 2025, it says.
Now let's do a few local stories. Back page of the graphic. Dansoman Beach Road residents plead for sea defense completion. Residents along Beach Road, Dansoman in the Ablekuma West Municipality in Accra have called on the government to extend the sea defense project to the area as coastal erosion and tidal waves continue to destroy property along the coast. The community has faced unrelenting destruction of property and homes, with some losing everything they have worked for over the years. According to some residents, the situation was caused by the partial completion of a sea defense project at the neighboring Glefe community before the close of 2016. So this is something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
And then still on other stories.
So Mahama told to declare state of emergency over Galamsey. This has a photograph of engineer Ken Ashigbe here. Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining has issued a strong call for President John Mahama to declare a state of emergency over Ghana's water bodies. They argue that only immediate military intervention can halt illegal mining activities that continue to degrade the nation's vital water resources. According to the coalition, bold action is essential to protect these resources from further devastation.
Economy, a very interesting story here. BOG begins first 2025 monetary policy meeting to assess economic development. So this will be the first MPC meeting under this government, but still under the governor appointed by the previous government. So it's I'll call it a transitional MPC meeting. Very important. And the Bank of Ghana's Monetary Policy Committee will commence its 122nd meeting today, January 22nd, to evaluate the state of the economy and introduce measures aimed at maintaining economic stability. So it's a 3-day meeting, which will be the first for the year, and it will culminate in a policy announcement on Monday, January 27. So
interesting.
we wait to see.
There's an interesting editorial in the Herald this morning. Constitution review necessary, but good governance needed. Last night there was a stimulating conversation on the need for whether there's a need for a new constitution. We should review the constitution from whatever to a development document and all of that.
We'll see how all of that pans out. Thank you very much, Caleb Kuda. Coming up next is the Citi Business News. Stay with us.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Oh, jump on now. Go, go. Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My buddy, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out on your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's out on your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Many want. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Time for the City Business News with Goyle, EcoBank, and MTN. Latte is joining us with the bulletin. Good morning, Ni.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello to you out there. Welcome to the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 Citi FM. The bulletin is proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle, and EcoBank. Coming up, Cocoa Board gets new acting CEO, but pressure is already mounting on him to fix sector challenges. We hear from cocoa farmers this morning. Also, government establishment of Ghana Gold Board expected to attract more forex inflows for the stability of the local currency. And later, Magdan Aviation resumes operations of its private jet terminal after successfully resolving debt issues with the Ghana Airport Company Limited. It's midweek. Thanks for joining us. I am Ni Latte. Details of our stories now. Ghana faces increasing challenges in maintaining its cocoa output, but stakeholders are pressing for targeted strategies that do not only reduce inefficiencies within Cocoa Board but also strengthen support for local farmers. It is against this backdrop that cocoa farmers are urging the newly appointed acting CEO of Cocoa Board, Dr. Randy Abbey, and the newly approved Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, to address the rising administrative cost amid declining production. City Business News' Emmanuel Opon has the rest of the story.
In 2021 alone, cocoa contributed 3.1 billion Ghana cedis to Ghana's GDP, representing 10% of the nation's economic output. The sector also employs approximately 1 million farmers across the country. However, the industry faces significant challenges, including smuggling, the invasion of cocoa farmlands, illegal mining activities, ongoing price issues, and matters bordering on syndicated loans. These will engage the attention of the newly appointed acting CEO of Cocoa Board and the newly approved Food and Agricultural Minister. During his vetting, the newly approved Sector Minister, Eric Opoku, expressed concern over a sharp rise in administrative expenses at Cocoa Board, pledging to resolve this. In response to these growing concerns, some cocoa farmers across Ghana are calling for immediate action to protect the future of the sector that is slowly contracting. Obed Owusu Adai is a farmer and co-convener of the Ghana Civil Society Cocoa Platform.
What we are interested in is what strategies he intends to put in place, because now Cocoa Board is under the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, and he needed to have told us what strategies, what measures they are putting in place to overcome this ballooning cost at the Cocoa Board.
The farmers also encouraged the new CEO of Cocoa Board not to abandon initiatives set by his predecessor, although they acknowledge the need for some reforms.
We see the appointment of Dr. Randy Abbey as unconventional, but sometimes an outsider brings a certain fresh perspective that is needed to drive change. And the truth is that the cocoa sector needs change. The trajectory or the direction that it is going, it requires bold and concise and decisive decisions to be made. And so maybe being an outsider, Dr. Randy Abe will bring these perspectives into the sector. What we really need from him is a listening CEO, a CEO who will listen to the farmers, who will listen to the private sector, who will listen to the civil society, will listen to the international community, and not close his ears to what is happening in the sector.
The new acting CEO of Cocoa Board, Dr. Randy Abe, is a Ghanaian media personality and sports administrator. He was the host of Metro TV's morning show, Good Morning Ghana.
Emmanuel, upon with that report, we stay a while longer with President John Dramani Mahama's appointment, because he has also appointed Anthony Sapon as the acting Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Mr. Sapon's appointment, which takes immediate effect, comes after Julie Esiam officially resigned from her position. But what more do we know about the newly appointed acting Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority?
Anthony Sapon is the senior partner of KPMG Ghana, where he provides strategic direction and oversees operations to achieve the firm's corporate objectives. With over 22 years of professional experience across Ghana, Nigeria, and South Africa, he specializes in audit, accounting advisory, corporate recovery, and insolvency. Before becoming senior partner, he served as a partner and head of audit at KPMG Ghana. He also led the financial services sector and managed risk management within the Ghana practice. His extensive expertise spans consumer markets and financial services, and he has spearheaded some of KPMG's most complex and large-scale cross-functional projects. Anthony is a member of several professional bodies, including the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, and the Ghana Association of Restructuring and Insolvency Advisors. He holds an MSc in Financial Risk Management from London Metropolitan University, a postgraduate diploma in Business Administration from the University of Manchester, and a first-class honors degree in Business Administration from the University of Ghana.
Daniel Odro-Mensah with the profile of the newly appointed acting Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Now, the Bank of Ghana's Monetary Policy Committee will today begin its 122nd meeting to assess the state of the economy and implement measures aimed at sustaining economic stability. The three-day meeting, which is also the first for the year, will culminate in a policy announcement on Monday, January 27, 2024, with the policy rate currently standing at 27% after it was lowered during the last meeting in November last year. The business community is hopeful for another policy rate cut, given persistent concerns about how the policy rate often fails to translate into lower lending rates. Moving on, the government has already announced the establishment of the Ghana Gold Board to regulate small-scale mining in the country. But the initiative does not only seek to achieve effective regulation, but also aims to revitalize Ghana's gold industry, enhance foreign exchange inflows, and contribute to stabilizing the local currency. Acting Managing Director of the Precious Minerals Marketing Company, PMMC, Sami Jemfi, will be expected to play a key role in these efforts.
Sami Jemfi takes the helm of the PMMC, filling the boots of outgone Managing Director Nana Akwesi Ewa. With a legacy of excellence and responsibility on his shoulders, Sami Jemfi steps into the role at a time when Ghana's mineral sector holds immense promise for economic transformation. PMMC, the legally authorized body for grading, valuing, processing, buying and selling precious minerals in Ghana, boasts of cutting-edge technology and unmatched expertise in determining the purity of gold, diamonds and other precious metals. Chief among Sami Jemfi's immediate priorities is spearheading the establishment of the Ghana Gold Board, a flagship initiative under the administration of President John Dramani Mahama. This project is designed to transform the sustainable management and marketing of Ghana's gold resources. The Ghana Gold Board will also seek to formalize the small-scale gold mining sector, a critical component of the nation's mining industry. Under the guidance of the Finance Ministry, this initiative aims to inject transparency and professionalism into the sector, historically confronted with challenges. But how would the establishment of the Ghana Gold Board see to stabilize the struggling cedi and serve as a catalyst for broader economic revitalization? Finance Minister Designate Dr. Ato Forsen offers insight on this crucial question.
In the long term, as a country, we need to sustainably anchor the Ghana city with a number of policies. And then NDC, through our manifesto, we've announced a number of them. First is the establishment of the Ghana Gold Board, so that we can use the gold in a way to bring in the forex, the needed forex to support the city in the very short term. Second, as part of our manifesto, we said we are going to revitalize the palm industry and the cocoa industry. We're already in talks with the World Bank to have that and to make sure that happens.
Isn't now a better time to take you to the forex market, where the dollar is trading at 15 cedis 80 pesos, the British pound at 19 cedis 90 pesos, that of the euro going for 18 cedis 70 pesos. Now, Magdan Aviation has resumed operations of its fixed base operator services. This reopening comes after the successful resolution of financial issues with the Ghana Airport Company Limited. In a statement, the company noted that with its operations restored, it is now focused on reclaiming its position as a leader in private aviation services in Ghana. The company also reaffirmed its commitment to delivering premium private jet services and stressed its dedication to its esteemed clientele. Magdan Aviation's private jet terminal at the Kotoka International Airport was closed by the Ghana Airport Company Limited on December 30 last year due to outstanding debt exceeding $3 million. These debts included unpaid land leases, rentals, and terminal charges. However, the company expressed appreciation to management of the airport for its collaboration and support throughout the resolution process, which enabled Magdan Aviation to fulfill all necessary requirements for resuming operations. And that's it for the breakfast edition of City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil, and EcoBank. You can visit citynewsroom.com/business for more on our top stories. I am Ni Lati, and I wish you a good business day.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees. Mommy chop money. Cratchet, mommy rent. Emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial *770# for money emergencies and chop life.
For emergency access to your bank accounts, transfers, utility payments, loans, and more. Dial *770#. Bank on the go even without data with EcoBank's short code for digital banking. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
13:57. Good energy brings you Go Super XP, ideal choice for most vehicles. Just go fuel up your vehicle, enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits. Go Super XP quality gives you correct choice when buying regular fuel, fortified with special additive that gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max using minimal fuel. So just look out for Girl stations with the Girl Super XP sign and go fuel up your vehicle. Girl Good Energy, young idea. Get ready for a game changer SMEs. We're introducing Yellow Biz, our new multi-service bundle with everything you need for smarter business solutions. This all-in-one package consists of 4G plus router with 10 gigabyte of free data, Microsoft Office 365 genuine Microsoft applications, WebWiz, a customized business website for your business, and we have the Unicom service, a unified business communication solution for your virtual call center, IVR, and conferencing needs, all for a very good deal you don't want to miss. With MTN Yellow Biz, your business will gain access and advance to productivity tools. Stay ahead of the competition. Call 100 or 0244 308 111. Email mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com, mtn.com.gh/business, or any MTN office. Pass by for your Yellow Biz and stay connected everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply. And EcoBank is sending a warning: don't get scammed. There are several scammers out there whose ultimate goal is to steal your money. They are asking for you to divulge sensitive information, your password, your PIN, your card information, and all that pertains to your bank details. Please be extra vigilant and do not acquiesce to their offers. They will send you links for you to open. Do not open them. They will ask to link your Ghana card to your bank account. They will offer unsolicited assistance. Please ignore them. But when you are in doubt or you feel insecure about any offer, call EcoBank Contact Center on 0800 0032225. It's a toll-free number.
I did my business Tuesday. I did my business Tuesday. Shilling Billy, but you did.
Gabby Affairs in with Kickoff, brought to you by Zonda Ghana Limited and Shell V-Power. Zonda Ghana Limited is that place where you get all things quality with respect to trucks like Chantry, bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, rollers, power pickers, TX trucks, oil tanks, all made and assembled right here in Ghana. We also provide top-notch after-sales service for your heavy and light-duty trucks as well as your machinery needs. There are 7 branches around the country. Find us. Our head office is off the Tema Plow Road, close to the Free Zones Enclave in Tema. 050-177-222 is the number, or 050-177-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Barcelona clear. Where's the goalkeeper Truman? He's gone back to his line. It's Rafinha, and Rafinha has won it for Barcelona.
And Gabby Affairs here with Kickoff. Gabby, good morning.
Good morning, Caleb.
Good to see you, man. How are you doing?
Good to see you too. I'm good.
Let me quickly say that Kickoff is also brought to you by Shell V-Power. You experience unbeatable energy efficiency with Shell V-Power. Your engine deserves the best, and with Shell V-Power, you can maintain optimal performance with unbeatable performance to protect it against performance rubbing engine deposits. Shell V-Power is what Gabby uses. Shall go well. So Charlie, how are we kicking off this morning?
Yeah, a lot to talk about. Top of the list is the new Minister designate for Ministry of Sports and Recreation,
Kofi Adams.
Yeah, bachelor's degree in zoology.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll do the sports. Don't worry. We'll be fine.
Moku enter.
Well, let's start off with the UEFA Champions League. We have 33 goals from 9 venues from the UEFA Champions League last night. Starting off from Anfield, Mohamed Salah scored his 50th European goal for Liverpool as the Reds booked their place in the last 16 of the Champions League with a 2-1 win over 10-man Lille at Anfield. What this means for Liverpool is that it's their 7th win in the new league phase, and they continue their 100% record in the competition. They'll be seeded for the last 16 when it takes place in March, and will face one of the 8 sides that make it through to February's playoff for that tournament. Let's get some reactions from that game and hear from Liverpool's manager Arne Slot speaking about Mohamed Salah's performance.
Special is I think the word that describes most performance at this club. the best, or maybe there are even better words to use, but he's been outstanding for this club for so many years, and still he does. Today, great goal. If Mo goes on a 1v1, there's a serious chance that he's going to score. But this goal we scored probably tells you a lot about why we are top of the league and why we are doing so well, because the work rate from the players that won the ball back before Curtis gave the great pass towards Mo tells you also why we are doing really well.
All right, so that's Liverpool's manager Arne Slot, elated with Mohamed Salah's performance last night against Lille in the Champions League. While Atletico Madrid fought back to secure a remarkable win over Bayer Leverkusen despite playing with 10 men for 65 minutes. Former Manchester City forward Julian Alvarez scored twice, including a 90th minute winner to take Atletico third in the table. Bologna stand last year's Champions League finalist Borussia Dortmund as 2 goals in as many second half minutes secure their first win in this season's competition, and that means that Bologna will move up to 27th in the 36-team league phase of the UEFA Champions League. Barcelona also twice fought back from 2 goals down and 2 Wojciech Szczesny Harles to snatch a dramatic 5-4 victory at Benfica. Yes, Robert Lewandowski after the game.
We have to start from the beginning, I think. Yeah, that was a very crazy game. So many game changer in this game. So yeah, that was for us like on the beginning. We conceded the first half 3 goals, and we know it in the second half when we score for 3-2. We came back for the game, and there we conceded the 4 goals. But in the end, we know it. We have to fight till the end of the game and try to bring 1 point, and in the last situation we had the opportunity for the score 5th goal, because I was very close to the situation. I knew it that okay, come on guys, wasn't nothing. I have to play till the last situation, and yeah, we can now. We are very happy because I think this season we're playing 2 games more in the January in Champions League, and possibility for some kind of teams playing 2 more games in playoffs.
All right, so that's a Barcelona striker Robert Lewandowski speaking after his side's 5-4 victory against Benfica. Aston Villa missed the chance to secure their place in the Champions League knockout as they were beaten by Monaco at the Stade Louis II. The defeat means Unai Emery's side will likely needed to beat Celtic at Villa Park next Wednesday to book a place in the last 8. Villa centre-back Tyrone Mings admits they were not good enough against Monaco.
Tyrone, a frustrating night out there tonight for you all?
Yeah, frustrating. So football's a very simple game, and we weren't good enough. Definitely wasn't a lack of effort. We have no excuses. I gave a poor ball away leading to the corner, didn't defend the corner very well, couldn't get back in the game, couldn't take chances that we had. And that is the fine margins of football, especially when you're coming away to a European team like this who are so desperate to win as well we were. I think it's very simple the way that the game went. We just weren't good enough.
All right, so that's Aston Villa's Tyrone Mings. Interesting thoughts from him. Well, some more results. PSV Eindhoven held off a second half fight back from Real Star Belgrade to gain a vital Champions League win. Later today, a lot of the games coming up today, starting off at 5:45 p.m. It's RB Leipzig taking on Sporting CP. Shakhtar Donetsk will take on Brest. AC Milan are up against Girona. Arsenal take on Dinamo Zagreb. And Celtic will play Young Boys. Final will play Bayern Munich and the PSG will take on Manchester City. Madrid are up against Salzburg. And then Sparta Prague will play Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League. Staying with the Champions League, a teenager has been arrested on suspicion of malicious communications following the online abuse of Arsenal striker Kai Havertz and his wife. The boy, who is 17 years old and from St. Albans, has been bailed while enquiries continue at the Hertfordshire police. That's according to them. Well, Marcus Rashford's representatives met with Barcelona executives in Lisbon on Tuesday ahead of the Catalans club game with Benfica. Barca is Rashford's preferred destination if he is to leave Manchester United in the transfer window. So that's it with the UEFA Champions League. More result later tomorrow. Well, here in Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama has nominated Kofi Adams, a member of parliament for the Boem constituency, as Minister of Sports and Recreation. That's designate. The announcement was part of the third batch of ministerial appointments awaiting parliamentary approval. And if he's approved, Kofi Adams will become Ghana's 28th sports minister since 1978, but will begin his tenure with a challenging task of addressing Ghana's recent football setbacks, including failing to qualify for the AFCON, the first time in 20 years, and missing out on the upcoming CHAN tournament scheduled for August. But the conversation is about if it's necessary to appoint a deputy at the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. Here's what President of the Ghana Boxing Authority, Abraham Kote Nikwe, thinks of the matter.
Now the minister will understand that my deputies are the federation heads. My deputies will be the sports authority. My deputy. So then you need to work with the people. You understand? Because if you don't have that deputy that you think, oh, I can put this one in, definitely you have a lot of deputies under you in a way. You understand? So it's a good decision for me.
All right, it's a good decision for him. Well, Ernest Dancer, the chef de mission for the 13th African Games, also shared his thoughts on the key areas the minister designates should prioritize.
We need to do a whole lot of assessments to understand whether we even stand the chance to be competing or participating in various championships or Olympics and everything as we speak. Currently, we know we are going to African Games in Egypt in 2027. We have the Youth Olympics coming up in Senegal. We have the Olympics itself coming up in 2028. As a country, for me, coming from the angle of African Games as well, I want to understand what we have planned as a people. Infrastructure is one major thing.
All right, so that's the chef de mission for 13th African Games, Ernest Danso, speaking to City Sports there. Well, finishing off with some tennis from the Australian Open, and Iga Swiatek dropped just 3 games as she breezed past Emma Navarro to reach the semi-finals and continue her bet for a maiden Melbourne title. Swiatek was ruthless in a 6-1, 6-2 victory over A-seed Navarro. Madison Keys is also true to the semis following a 3-6, 6-3, 6-3 win over Elena Svitolina. Later today, in the men's singles, world number 1 Yannick Sinner is in action at 8:30 a.m. He will take on Australia's Alex de Minaur. America's Ben Shelton is currently taking on Italy's Lorenzo Sonego in the men's quarterfinal of the Australian Open. There's more tennis news later at 5 p.m. In the meantime, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sport JJ. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Shell V Power Zonda GH. I am Gabi Ofe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now? I just got awarded the deal, but the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, poor pickups, 4-land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sale service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office. Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off their Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This ad is not about how convenient or easy to use the Affinity app is, or not having to worry about monthly or transaction fees. Yes, banking without fees. This ad is about Affinity providing the necessary services to help grow your business. Because banking doesn't have to be an inconvenience. With Affinity, you're in. To get the app, dial *229# or go to affinityghana.com.
It's time for Belmont flavored milk. It's Belmont time. Each and every day. It tastes so good. It tastes so good. I love my Belmont. Great for each moment. Great for each moment. Any time of day. It's so delicious. So delicious. Belmont flavored milk. Belmont. Belmont. I love my Belmont. So delicious. Belmont flavored milk.
Belmont flavored milk. It's maliciously delicious. For bulk distribution, give us a call on 0544 335 900. Another quality product from Bell Aqua. This advert is FDA approved.
Belmont flavored milk.
What are you paying for? A delicious meal at the restaurant? Do it with SG Ghana Visa Card. Buying fuel for your car? Do it with SG Ghana Visa Card. Shopping online or at the mall or your favorite supermarket? Do it with SG Ghana Visa Card. When you need to pay, do it with SG Ghana Visa Card. With a large network of merchants and payment points, the SG Ghana Visa Card is your secure and convenient way to get things done in Ghana. You can also use the SG Ghana Visa Card for secure online purchases. Make your life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa Card today. To find out more, call 0302 214 314. That's 0302 214 314.
Société Générale Ghana. The future is you.
Yasakofa fufrabo, pepper powder, bekwa ojawo, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder. Etiengawo, koketa niya potoyowa, sankofa got you covered. Go for sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Abuna abonje krakra. Sankofa pepper powder. Red and hot, very natural. Sankofa pepper powder. Chinchinga and Nambia. Sankofa pepper powder. Noodles, Ghana jollof. Sankofa pepper powder. Eshishia nete. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder.
The Heritage Caravan 2025 is officially sold out. Thank you for your patronage. Now get ready for an unforgettable adventure with the Heritage Caravan 2025. We will experience a cultural revelation as we travel through 14 unique regions, each offering a deep dive into the nation's history, traditions, and natural beauty.
An opportunity to see Ghana in a more beautiful, and the people, the connection, incredible.
From Sunday the 2nd of March to Sunday the 9th of March 2025. Pack your bags and let's set off on the road trip of a lifetime with an unmatched opportunity to explore landmarks, taste authentic Ghanaian cuisine, experience the arts, to network and to connect with the people who make Ghana truly special. This is more than a tour. It's a chance to experience the soul of Ghana, to witness its growth and to create lasting memories.
The places we visited, the road trip itself was awesome.
Everything was good, yes. Even the Bui Dam was very educational.
Follow all Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM social media handles for updates with the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2025. The Heritage Caravan 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by the National Lottery Authority, Hollard Insurance and Omnibasic Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
What do you say? I don't feel me. What is that? That's my dream. Sorry, I'm about one dream. Go dance so I want dream. When you mention I'm into mintina, me wanna swim into mingaza. Me do it, say I don't pay me. We better don't go, we better don't go. Until you hear me more, me know we are, me know we are. Me baby, I say, we better don't go, we better don't go. But do you, we don't sing me. Me baby, I say, me better don't go, me better don't go. Say what you me more, me know we are, me know we are. Me baby, I say, me better don't go, me better don't go. But tomorrow. I need someone to call my own. Me and I make now I found someone to sit on my throne. Oh, my friend, no him, I'm not a friend, me or him. I don't be your, me to be honest, you. Boy, yeah, me mau be janga me yet, yeah. Enkosi se pobeda santi memorie. Otumbasie mene wale leu. Unem ni eseni ame yano. Unem ni eseni ame yano. Unem ni eseni ame yano. Mi baby asese mi bedanko, mi bedanko. Iti yo yimi mua binyobia, binyobia. Mi baby asese mi bedanko, mi bedanko.
The most awesome things, and he also says you are a ninja, or she says you are a ninja, because you never seem to miss what you set out to achieve. And may God continue to be with you and make you great. From Nancy, Kevin, Eugene, and the entire family. Lawrence Parison, aka Paro. No, we also call him Cochito. Coach Hine. Founder and CEO of Total Talent Football Academy. You're a big man. Happy belated birthday to you, Mon. My life partner, my sweet Mrs. Susan Opaye. Opay. I couldn't love you less. The kids and I are grateful for the love and support you gave us all on this special occasion. May the Lord continue to bless you. May our love never end. Yours truly, David Opay, to his wife. A few more to my humble and special midwife, Miss Agnes Ajua Ejepong of Lekma Hospital. I'm so grateful to have such a beautiful soul like you. I wish you more success. Enjoy your day. From Francis Edu. Happy birthday to Samira Shafiu and Mavis Brown of the Audit Department of Deloitte. Also wishing joy MFA Akusia Dauda of the Assurance Department. Happy birthday from your country managing partner Daniel Kojo Owusu and the star staff. To Avant Kweku Mante, you're 5 years old today. May God's purpose for your life be fulfilled as you grow. We pray for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and a retentive memory. Keep shining with your thoughtful and hardworking spirit. With love, Johnny and Ivy, Orson, Imogen, Tyrese, Ann Maya, and Yoni Kimuni. Hey!
Yoni Kimuni.
My God. A few more. Happy birthday to my son Kendrick Kekeli Senna here. You're 12 years old today, and my daughter Kendra Fafali Senna here. You're 10. Wishing them both God's guidance and protection from their dad Julian, their mom Linda of ECG Dodowa, and their favorite grand uncle Kwesi and Davis Kobo. To Kendricks Kekeli and Kendra Fafali.
Wow.
Hey,
Kekeli and Fafali.
My God.
Kendricks and Kendra.
Happy birthday to Rhoda Ampedu, EcoBank head office. We love you from the Ampedu husbands and wives. Oh my God. And let me add to Baba Khalid Alidu Napari Ekor Ronsad. Baba Khalid. This is from mom, dad, your brothers and sister. Baba Khalid Alidu Napari of Ekor Ronsad. You're 8 years old today. And let me add this quick one to Nana Ayu Efriye, doctor, honorable doctor, MP for Efidiasi Asokori, coming in from Kofi Chemanting, aka Kofigo, to Dr. Nana Ayu Efriye. Oh Lord, enjoy. This sounds like Lumba. And we're just basically starting off with the nominees and all of those things. Send us your views. How representative are the appointments? So we have had 26 ministerial nominees. We've broken them into three. So we have 23 sector ministers, 3 functional ministers, and 16 regional ministers. All right. So that brings to 42 the number of nominees. We're told there will be about 18 deputy ministers added for the list of 60 to be reached. And the regional balance, we have it here. Very interesting balance. And there's also some gender discussions. We've done age issues as well. We're doing all those analysis for you on the show today. But before we get into that, which appointment excites you the most? That's what we're asking, right? Now that the full list of his cabinet is clear. And by the way, before the list of nominees was sent out, the president, by executive instrument, reduced the number of ministries from 30 to 23. From 30 to 23. And by the constitution, cabinet has about 19 or so ministers. So we'll go through the list shortly. But before we do all of that, your favorite pharmacy, Top Up Pharmacy on Osu Oxford Street, has moved, but we're still on the same street. Now, the Osu branch is now located at the Top Up Biz Hub on Oxford Street, adjacent KFC, opposite Omni Basic Bank. We're open 24/7. We offer nationwide delivery. Place your order, we deliver to the comfort of your home or office. You may reach us on 0501 481 609 or 0242 226 555. Now here's it. If you can't find it at Top Up Pharmacy, the Osu branch in particular,
in Ghana,
it's not in Ghana.
You know, they're the country.
Central University invites applications for the 2024-2025 academic year. We have some newly accredited programs, including MScs in accounting, MPhil in accounting, MBA in human resource management, MBA in entrepreneurship, in finance, in accounting, all for 18 months. We have an MA in education, as well as an MPhil in education. We have a Bachelor of Public Health and a postgraduate diploma in education. Apply today. There are discounts for ICGC members, ICGC pastors and their children, and all alumni. So call 0307 020 540 or go to central.edu.gh for more information. And the enjoyment is real with Enterprise. From January to June 2025, Enterprise Insurance is giving you more reasons to smile on the road. Buy or renew your existing motor insurance policy and enjoy amazing rewards, free fuel coupons for your car and airtime for your phone. It's that simple. Insure and chill. With over 100 years of trusted experience, we are here to secure you peace of mind. Visit any branch, connect with your insurance agent or broker, or use the Enterprise Advantage app for convenience and enjoy free fuel coupons and airtime instantly. Enterprise Insurance is rated AAA by GCR for financial strength and claims paying ability. And if you're looking for litigation-free land, contact Royal Kingdom Estate, specializing in land acquisition, construction, design, property, and management. We have properties in prime places like Accra and Ibri, with land starting at 90,000 cedis, with flexible payment plans, affordable homes ranging from 2-bedroom and premium furnished apartments. Call 055 755 5909 or send email to info@Royal Kingdom Estate.
Now, if you're looking for a delicious snack for both the kids and adults, try Bell Moo flavored milk. Bell Moo comes in chocolate and sweet strawberry flavors, perfect for all snack times. For bulk distribution, call 0544 335 900 or 0544 335 800. Bell Moo is maliciously delicious, another quality product from Bell Aqua. Start the new year in style. It's a new year and it's already raining rewards on the digital payment platforms of Fidelity Bank. Win cool cash when you transact in multiples of 200 cedis using the Fidelity mobile app, USSD cards, point of sale payments, or GHQR. For every 200 cedi transaction performed on these platforms, you will be entered into a weekly draw to stand a chance of winning cash prizes. Yes, I said cash prizes, cool cash prize to brighten your 2025. So remember, transact in multiples of 200 Ghana cedis and stand a chance to win big. Touch it and win. Fidelity Bank, believe with us, is a promo regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, so there's been a lot of discussion about President Mohammed's nominees. I'm going to go through the list, but before that, Vivian Kailoko spoke to Felix Kwachio Fosu, who's the nominee for government communications, but also acting government spokesperson, about gender balance, about regional balance, about people getting angry. We've been told some places are burning because names have not been mentioned. So we'll take you into that or excerpts of that interview right away.
The president has to consult substantive ministers before appointing deputy ministers. So it stands to reason that the ministers he has nominated will be vetted and approved and inducted into office before the president can engage them on discussions about who to nominate as deputy minister. So I think it is fairly reasonable to expect that the deputy ministerial list will come out sometime after. It is also entirely possible that the president may engage in consultations with them even as they remain nominees, so that it can be fast-tracked. But give and take, by the time that person is over and the minister takes office, we should have the deputy ministerial list.
The minority, for example, has raised concerns about a lack of regional balance in his appointments. Now, what is your official response from the president regarding this issue?
Well, I do not know the basis upon which the minority makes the claim of a lack of regional balance, because I was saying that these donations are fairly balanced. If you look at the total, I have one minister, Ashanti has 2, Bono has 1, Bono East has 2, Central Region has 2, Eastern Region has 2, Greater Accra has 2, Northeast has 1, Northern Region has 2, OT has 1, Savannah has 1, Upper East 1, Upper West 1, Water has 3 nominees, Western Region has 2, and Western North has 1. This is fairly balanced. I do not believe that the argument is that all regions must have an equal number of people in Zambia before you can achieve the balance. I think balance also has to do with proportionality. You look at the size of the population and compare to the number of people we have, and you find that it is fairly proportional. And in that regard, I do not believe that an argument that there has not been regional balance in these locations can stand true.
We're seeing agitations already over some, youth in some areas who are not happy with the lack of inclusion of their indigents in the list. For example, if you go to Bole Bamboy today, earlier in the hours of today, the youth took to the street burning ties over the president's failure to add their MP to the list of cabinet ministers. What's the reaction to that?
Well, it is unfortunate, even though one can understand that in these matters sometimes emotions born out of perceived disappointment can get the better of people who desire to see their sons and daughters occupy certain positions. I must indicate that the things that need to be balanced go beyond region. Even ethnic or tribal and gender balance are to be considered. And therefore, all these factors come to play in the choice that the president makes. We also have to bear in mind that the president made a firm commitment, a justifiable commitment to reduce the government to reduce the size of government, the size of government, bearing in mind what had happened under the previous government, where the need to appoint ministers or the power to appoint ministers was abused to open the floodgate for any and everybody to become a minister at the expense of the public press, at the expense of the taxpayer. The Mama is keen to avoid that. So naturally, there's going to be a limitation of space for people who want to get to government, and therefore it is always going to be the case that some may get the opportunity to serve while some may not have a similar opportunity. But all said and done, I think that the Bole constituents is perhaps overlooking the fact that the president himself comes from there. They have actually landed the ultimate guidance. The biggest position there is in government is occupied by their son in the shape of President John Dramani Mahama. I'm sure the president would have wished that there was more space to accommodate many more of his compatriots. But the reality is that there's only so many people that the president can appoint, and he has done so having regard for all the parameters that need to be met and all the factors that need to be taken into consideration to achieve the right balance, which goes beyond just where or which region one comes from.
So what would you say to the youth who claim that they were promised, that position in cabinet? What would you tell them this evening as they listen to you?
I'm not privy to any such promise. But whatever it is, I will urge you straight. I will urge them to become. There are many other opportunities for inclusion of their member of parliament who has worked very, very hard since he came to parliament and has contributed in immense ways to the sustenance of the NDC in Bole, in the Savannah region, and in Ghana as a whole. He has been quite prominent in parliament and held the NDC's cause. So if he gets some appointment in government, it will be well deserved. He would have earned it purely based on merit. Except that, as I indicated, the circumstances at hand have not made it possible at the moment. But there is still room for other forms of appointment that go beyond ministerial positions to be made. And I am confident that he would be considered for one such position if the president deems it necessary.
Right. Now, still on assurances, the president has been very vocal about his commitment to increasing women representation in government. However, it appears that the numbers we've seen so far, what he has announced in terms of women representation for substantive ministerial positions, the numbers are not looking too good. What are the plans to increase the numbers in terms of cabinet positions and prominent positions?
The Mama remains committed to gender inclusion and the inclusion of all sections of society in the government. He is committed to that. But I think that we need to broaden the discussion a bit. It appears that the focus is on substantive ministerial nominations. But so far, President Mama has made 75 appointments into various positions, some in government, some temporary committees working on various matters. If we put all of this together, it amounts to 75. That is, if you include the members of the committee, various committees, and people in the state-owned enterprises, and people who work in the office of the president who are not ministers. If we put all of this together, it comes to 75. 20 out of these, which represent 27%, are women, and 55, representing 73%, are men. Now, bear in mind also that President Mama actually promised that 30% of appointees in the government, and government goes beyond ministers, would be women. In fact, if you drill down further and did deeper analysis, you will find that in the office of the president, for instance, out of 16 appointments that have been made, 7 of them are women, which represents 44%, and 9 of them are men, which represents 56%. If you come to the state-owned enterprise, where 9 appointments have been made so far, 3 of them are women, representing 33%, and 6 of them are men. If we take the Constitution Review Commission, for instance, 8 people were appointed to the committee. 3 of them are women, 5 of them are men. So if we put all of this together, it shows a certain commitment towards achieving the objective of having a significant number of women in government. So far, if we put everything together, we are saying that it is not too far away from the target that President Mama said. I'm confident that by the time that the 18 deputy ministerial slots are filled, we would move much closer to the figure than we have currently. Even though we appreciate the concerns that are being raised. It's also important to appreciate that to pick anybody, either man or woman, you are going to have to do so from the pool. So it depends on the pool of people who are available at any point in time. But I am sure that eventually we will get to a point where there will be sufficient numbers of women in government so that they can also contribute to towards national development.
So we see some very interesting positions, in the lineup of what we have. One is like special initiatives. What kind of role will this position entail?
There are many things that must be done, which necessarily do not fall under specific sector ministry or ministry. There are some ad hoc measures that need to be taken. There are some things that come up that require attention at a ministerial level, which offers a high profile so that the needed focus can be had. And in those instances, you will need a point person of sufficient rank in government to take charge and ensure its execution. So these sort of activities that will be handled by the Minister of State in charge of special initiatives.
Right. Then we're seeing climate standing on its own. You would think that it should have gone under environment. What's the thinking behind that, and what are we hoping to achieve with that?
The environment also encompasses the climate, and I'm sure they have any number of personnel working on it. But you notice that these days climate change is high on the agenda, and this has engaged the attention of high-profile leaders around the world. Ghana is a member of the international community. Ghana is part of the world, and for that reason, we also have to pay much more attention to climate change and do things that will ensure that we minimize the impact or adverse effects of climate change. So the minister who has been appointed, Honorable Isifu, has significant expertise in the area and is able to bring his experience and expertise to bear on the sort of quality of advice that the president must receive to guide policy formulation. So he will play an important role in conjunction with other stakeholders within the larger environment sector to achieve the objectives that the president has set.
That was Government Acting Spokesperson Felix Kwachi Ofosu speaking to Vivian Kaloko on the CNL News Bulletin. Now, we've done some analysis of the ministerial nominees, and so I actually think it's very inclusive.
Yeah.
So I'm even surprised that
it's almost like, if you look at it, the regions, there's not that much difference. There's no region that you can see that, like everyone is coming from this region, that kind
because
of
when you take the 2017 list of Akufo-Addo, it's quite instructive. There are a lot of the nominees were from the Ashanti and the Eastern region. Now, the limitation is that you're supposed to choose half of your ministers from Parliament. And you can say that because the MPP at the time, a lot of the MPs were from Ashanti and Eastern.
Yeah, that's generally where they get a lot of their votes.
So he did have some from different parts of the country. So I'll probably go through that list for you. And you notice that he did, but of course it was very heavy in Ashanti and in Eastern. Yeah. Can I have that? Let me see. So you have Kandapa is Ashanti, Ken is Eastern, Alan is, I'm not sure, Ashanti Eastern, Ashanti or Central. Dominic is Northern, Ambrose Derry was Upper West, Jakun was Eastern, Shella Kobocho was Greater Accra, Owusu Free was Ashanti, Opoku Prempe was Ashanti, Ajimamenu was Bono, Antonia Kotose was Ashanti, Damboche was Eastern, Amewu was Volta, Kofiada Upper East, Jogate Western, Ignatius was Bono.
Yeah, Bono.
Esla is Greater Accra stroke Eastern. So this one is based there. Amakwanta Eastern, Oforesiama Central, Sisi Adapa Ashanti, Afolekwe Greater Accra, Afeku Western, Frimpong Boateng.
So Ashanti had about 7.
Yeah, Frimpong Boateng was from Western region. Boateng was Western region. Yeah. Kofi Jamesi was Volta, Hamid was North, Otiko was Eastern stroke Savannah, Alima was Northeast, because at the time there was no even Northeast. This is 2017. Yeah. And then Gloria Kufu was Eastern, or Gloria Kufu is Greater Accra actually. Yeah, so it didn't have that level of spread. So I'm not even sure what's happening with the but of course the people who are agitating, I'm not sure if they're agitating because they've been asked to do so, or if they're agitating because they genuinely were promised. We'll come to all of that. It's 2 minutes past 8, and we'll probably do a comparison of other governments as well. How inclusive, I think that's a new word, on a gender level, on an age level, on a regional level. How inclusive is this government, or how inclusive is Mohammed's proposed cabinet based on the appointees
compared to previous ones?
Yes, and also compared to our aspirations. Let's look at tech and social media trends now. It's brought to us by
First Bank Ghana and Telecel. If you have to send money or receive same from Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria and Sierra Leone, please do that with First Bank Ghana. They work with the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System PAPS to make it very easy and convenient. If you need to send money, visit any of our branches across the country with your cash and your money is transferred in no time. If you want to receive money, then you will need an account with us. Please find out more. Call this number 0596 921 921. Tech and social media trends is also brought to you by Telecel. Switch to us, our fixed broadband today. You will experience incredible bonuses, non-expiry bundles, data transfers across devices, and so much more. Just dial 900#, visit the Telecel Play app or visit Telecel retail outlet or telecel.com.gh and get connected today. Terms and conditions apply. Telecel, connecting energies.
Susu Graham is joining us with the segment of tech and social media trends.
Yes, so of course the first thing trending, a lot of football again, because there was a Champions League night last night.
Yeah.
And the match that's trending the most is the Barcelona-Benfica match.
5-4.
5-4, especially a great comeback from Barcelona. They were 4-2 down at a point.
Wow.
But they rallied and won in stoppage time. So another big one. So then we have the Volta region trending.
Volta region is trending?
Yes, because
why?
Our president John Mahama has decided that he's starting his
thank you tour.
His thank you tour, exactly. His thank you tour is starting the Volta region. So it's a big piece of news. It's starting he's saying it's starting in the next few days, and it's going to be a big event. Then the next one who's trending, Kofi Adams. I think the sports ministry has become a place where a lot of things are happening. There's a lot of discussion on what's happening in the sports ministry. So people really want to know what Kofi Adams can bring, what will happen.
Are people expressing surprise? I know that the former MP for
everyone, even Sports Panorama, we endorsed Neil Ante.
Yeah, Neil Ante was highly tipped for
we
that
even
role.
endorsed him on Sports Panorama, but it didn't really work out. And then number 15, Randy Abbey. He was actually another person who was mentioned as sports minister, but he's been sent to Cocoa Board, so that's an interesting one. A lot of
his name came up as well for somewhere else.
And I think a lot of parts are surprised where he's been appointed, so I think that's the one that's trending. So now to tech news. So this is Netflix, so I'm sure all of us know about Netflix, and their shares are going great. Their shares have flown up because apparently they've got a lot of subscribers. People are subscribing more and more, and they are planning to raise their prices as well. So a lot of investors are very happy with their product and feel like it will make them a lot lot so that's our tech and social
What about
media.
consumers? What are consumers saying?
Consumers are worried.
Once subscribers are increasing, subscribers are consumers.
But as they're increasing prices,
but they'll be increasing prices. So how's the feeling among,
me, the thing I like that they've added to Netflix is they've added the WWE. So they have live.
You watch wrestling?
Yeah.
I'm told it's all make believe.
You see, I don't want to go into it. They plan the results, but what they do in the ring is real. So it's like they are. It's a show. It's a performance.
No, but sometimes when I see them, you can tell they are not really fighting.
No, I mean you can't be hurting each other.
Yeah, so sometimes.
It's like a soap.
So why should you? Why should I watch you pretend to beat somebody when you're not actually beating the person?
An action movie is the same thing. People pretend to beat people. It's entertainment.
Okay, so when the people come from outside and come and beat, so like maybe I'm fighting Caleb, then I see Akoto will come. Then you come and just beat the two of us.
Jump on me.
Beat the referee.
It's a storyline. It's like you're watching a soap. You see, you have to think of it like I'm watching a soap. I'm watching a drama. I'm watching a weekly drama. I think when you think of it, I'm watching a sport like boxing or something.
I think it's such a useless waste of my time.
Ben, I do watch any TV shows like regularly, like weekly, like a TV show you're invested in the story, the characters.
It's called EPL.
That's you. But you see, some people watch soap, so this one I call it a soap opera for men. So women like Bold and Beautiful and Days of Our Lives, and men like that.
You'll be shocked at the number of women who actually
I'm just saying that's the way I.
So who is the best wrestler now?
I would say is Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Those are the
there's a big wrestler who went to watch a Liverpool game last week. One of the famous ones in my time, but I forget his name. In those days there were some big wrestlers, but I think this is another of them.
John Cena is actually doing his last year as a wrestler. He said he's retiring after this year, so he's doing his farewell tour this year. So that's another big thing. So
interesting. Thank you.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we say to banky baby? No lie, only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause Every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking it in me here the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain even when I'm in the States. Mashing me blue shirt. But tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman, sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
With the recent increase in electricity tariffs and fuel prices, power, although unreliable, has become expensive, and owning a noisy generator becomes a headache rather than luxury. For an affordable and durable electricity solution, you need to go solar with Translight. Feel the independence, experience the comfort, and be productive. Translight Solar. Wherever there is sunlight, there is Translight. Think solar. Think Translight. Locate us at 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, in between ARS and the American House at the White House bus stop. Visit our website at translightsolar.com. Call us on 0504-249-229 or 0206-542-454 or reach us through email info@translightsolar.com.
Yafini gave us the vibe. Now, Inshona Chile makes you thrive.
Yes, so it's time to enjoy, Charlie. Buy or renew your motor insurance and boom! Free fuel coupons and airtime for your sweat. Who don't like enjoyment?
From January to June 2025, Enterprise Insurance gives you more reasons to smile on the road. Insure today and enjoy free fuel coupons for your car and airtime for your phone.
Free fuel? Airtime too? Enterprise Insurance, always your advantage.
Insure not Chile. It's simple. Insure and enjoy. Ready to secure your peace of mind and experience the fastest claims payment? Visit any of our branches or agency outlets nationwide. Connect with your insurance broker or enjoy the convenience of buying your insurance online through the Enterprise Advantage app today. Terms and conditions apply.
Enterprise, your advantage.
The Heritage Caravan 2025 is officially sold out. Thank you for your patronage. Now get ready for an unforgettable adventure with the Heritage Caravan 2025. We will experience a cultural revelation as we travel through 14 unique regions, each offering a deep dive into the nation's history, traditions, and natural beauty.
An opportunity to see Ghana in a more beautiful, and the people, the connection, incredible.
From Sunday the 2nd of March to Sunday the 9th of March 2025. Pack your bags and let's set off on the road trip of a lifetime with an unmatched opportunity to explore landmarks, taste authentic Ghanaian cuisine, experience the art, to network and to connect with the people who make Ghana truly special. This is more than a tour. it's a chance to experience the soul of Ghana, to witness its growth and to create lasting memories.
The places we visited, the road trip itself was awesome.
Everything was good, yes. Even the Bui Dam was very educational.
Follow all Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM social media handles for updates with the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2025. The Heritage Caravan 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by the National Lottery Authority, Hollard Insurance and Omni Basic Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
There is money in the soil. Find your way into profitable careers and businesses in our Greek and ATVET now. Take a step today and change your life, your family, and community. Dial *718*50# to join now. Ghana Grows. Hope Day. Ghana Grows is an initiative of the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with Springboard Roadshow Foundation, Limehouse, and other partners.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Lord of Lords, conquering lion. Rastafari, no night in Zion, there is no night there. Hallelujah, there is no night there. King Rastafari is our light, and we no need no other light. Hallelujah, there is no night there. Go and make we sing it again, sir. No night in Zion, there is no night there. Hallelujah, there is no night there. Rastafari is our light, and we no need no other light. Hallelujah, there is no night there. For the Babylon is full of bad ways and bad decision. All them know to do is make guns and ammunition. Never yet to ever make any good decision. And the people out in the street, they suffer by that. Hear what I'm saying? No night in Zion, there is no night there. Hallelujah, there is no night there. King Rastafari is our light, and we no need no other light. Hallelujah, there is no night there.
8:17. Yes. Pay your school and residential fees with any bank. Whether you're at KNUST, UG, UDS, UEW, UMAT, Ola College of Education, AIS, or Ekoron SAD. You may visit any branch of Zenith Bank nationwide or use the school's designated merchant code to pay school and residential facility fees. Call Zenith Bank on 0302-680-884 or go to zenithbank.com.gh for more information.
When I vote for you, then tell me now who vote for.
Join the Africa region daily to enjoy delightful welcome drinks, mouth-watering delicacies, and soothing melodies in a relaxed atmosphere at unbeatable prices. Take advantage of special holiday accommodation for a complete getaway experience. Come for an unforgettable thrill this and every Friday at Zong inside the African region from 6 p.m. Call or WhatsApp 026-826-5386. The African region, simply Afropolitan.
Rastafari is our...
No, do you know Rastafari?
I know.
Do you know him?
I know.
Who is he?
Oh, this guy, Emperor Haile Selassie.
Yeah, he's Rastafari. So the Rasta no is a joinder.
Yeah, so Ras is like I think it's like a title in.
You see, I watched some video. He came to visit some people, and they wanted to install him or something. He was just looking at the people.
What's going on here?
They say he's the savior, and he's very relaxed, solid man. The inspiration behind the Rastafarian movement. So this morning we are just oiling your day with culture. And while you do that, lead the change with the university built for tomorrow's leaders. Heritage Christian University is set up to provide a missing link in tertiary education through creativity and innovation. Since 2018, the university has given over 450,000 cedis as startup grants to a number of 8 students to start their businesses. There's a huge emphasis on entrepreneurship, technology, and practical learning with professional certification. Accredited by GTech and located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact 054-7777731. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
To anyone who is seeking to grow their business, ask me how to do that. Just Bisame. If you're a shop owner, seamstress, whatever you do, or you want to sell an asset, a phone, a TV, a car, a property, download the Bisame app. It helps you connect to your customers. You need to register your business and then you can reach more customers and your sales will just soar. So locate the item you want to buy from any social media platform. Inform Bisame. There's a seller on standby who is called to bring the item to the office for inspection before you make payment, and then the item is shipped to you wherever you are. The Bisame app has an in-app video that helps you verify what you have and provide safety. And also download Bisame app on the Google Play Store or the App Store today. Unlock endless possibilities, grow your business, connect with customers, and enjoy success with ease. Let me tell you about real estate. It's a key part of every wealth portfolio. That's why you need to make it a point to own some. 2025, Apollonia City is offering you an opportunity to own premium plots of land at competitive prices with up to 3-year payment plan. Our service lands come with access to water, electricity, tarred roads, solar powered street lights, access to high-speed internet, so much more. We have beautifully crafted 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes for you to choose from. With the construction of the Adenta Dodowa Highway underway, you are assured that the property you acquire will appreciate exponentially. These are numbers to call: 0275 577 577 or 0542 777 222 for more details. So if you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, you want a vibrant student experience, enhance your employability skills, and also get up to 50% scholarship for your degree, that can happen here in Ghana at Lancaster University, Ghana. Your faculty is trained to UK standards. So call this number 020-960-708 for more details. Email us admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. It's lancaster.edu.gh is the website you can find out more. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
All right, so the president's cabinet is almost fully formed now. We know who the nominees are for the various portfolios. We're going to go through the list again, and we're going to do 2 things. We're going to look at basically how people feel about the list.
Yeah.
How excited are you? Which name holds most promise for you? Which was most surprising? Those are the basics we're going to do, right? Then we're also going to look at the breakdown in terms of distribution across the regions, because the constitution talks about regional balance. And then we will then also look at the task ahead, if we're able to do all of that. So Caleb, I know you have a map in front of you with the 26 ministers who, and by the way, let me explain this. So there are 42 ministers who have been named, 16 regional ministers. From the way the list has been arranged, 23 are sector ministers. And then there are 3 we call functional ministers who are performing roles but are not necessarily in any sector. Good. So what I wanted you to do was to go through the list for me of the 26. you mentioned the name of the person in their region, and then we'll see.
Okay.
It will be interesting to even compare who used to be there to just see if the issues of So
let me start with the Volta region. It has 3 ministers. First, you have Kwame Gavins Agboja, his roads and highways.
Okay.
And then you have Abla Jifa Gomashi, tourism, culture and creative arts. And then you have Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa.
All 3 are members of parliament.
Yes.
Wonderful.
From the Volta region. If you come to the Greater Accra region, you have 2 ministers. Greater Accra has 2. Na Momolate, gender, children and social protection. And then you have Samuel Nete George, communications, digital technology and innovation.
Also both members of parliament.
Correct.
Wonderful.
Then if you go to Central region, we have the finance minister Kesel Atoforsen, and then you have also Felix Kwache Ofosu, Minister of State Government Communications. So 2 from Central Region, 2 from Greater Accra.
So Felix is the one I call a functional minister.
Fantastic.
He is minister responsible for government communications. So not necessarily a sector
minister,
but it's a function. Go ahead.
So still on the coast, if I take you to the Western Region, Western Region has 2. You have Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, lands and natural resources, and then you have Emilia Arthur, fisheries and aquaculture. So 2 for Western Region, 2 for Greater
Both members
Accra.
of parliament as well.
Yes, please. 3 for Volta, 2 for Western, 2 for Greater Accra, and 2 for Central Region as well.
Go to Eastern Region.
If I come to the Eastern Region, there are 2 here. We have 2. That is Omane Buama,
Minister for Defense nominee.
Yes, and then you have Opare Ado, George Opare Ado, Youth Development and Empowerment.
So those are the Eastern. And by the way, the Eastern
They are
region,
not
both of them are not members of parliament.
Correct.
All right. Then let's go to Ashanti.
Ashanti region, you have 2. Muntaka Mohammed is interior, and then this young man who is going to Works, Housing and Water Resources, J. Kenneth Gilbert.
We understand he used to be a deputy defense minister.
Yes.
So he is a non-MP and the Muntaka is an MP. So
Correct.
Ashanti has 2.
Correct.
Then where else do we go?
I can go to Ahafo.
Let's go there.
Ahafo has 1.
In the person of
Eric Opoku.
Agric.
Yes, please.
MP for Esunafu South.
Correct.
Then where else do you go?
If you go to Western North,
all right.
Western North has 1 as well. That is Kwabena Menta Kando for health.
MP for Dwaboso.
Yes, please.
Where else are we going?
Bono region.
Okay.
Bono has 1 as well. That is Ahmed Ibrahim Banda, local government, chieftaincy and religious affairs.
So Banda is his constituency. Ahmed Ibrahim is his name.
Yeah.
He was vetted yesterday and probably will be approved this week.
Yes. Bono East has 2.
2?
You have Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare,
okay.
Trade, Agribusiness and Industry.
Wonderful.
And then you have the Minister for Special Initiatives, Minister of State Special Initiatives, Emmanuel Kwejo Ejekum.
So that's special initiatives. So that's sectoral. So Bono East has 2.
Yes, please.
What about Savannah?
Savannah, interesting. Savannah has 1.
Okay.
That is the Energy Minister, John Abdullahi Jinapo.
What about Northern Region?
Northern Region has 3.
Okay.
You have Haruna Idrisu, Education Minister. You have Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Environment, Science and Technology. And then you have Joseph Bukari Nikwe. He is Transport Minister.
All these people are members of parliament as well. What about the Northeast Region?
Northeast has Isifu Seidu, Minister of State, Climate Change and Sustainability. So that's 1.
All right. What about the Upper East Region?
Upper East, you have the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dominic Akuritinga Ayine.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's the only one from that region.
What about Upper West?
If you go to Upper West Region, you have 1 as well. The Minister for Labor, Employment, Labor, Jobs and Employment, Abdul Rashid H. Pelpo.
What about OT region?
So OT region has 1 as well. That's the minister going to sports, Kofi Adams.
So the way we see it is Volta 3, Northern 3,
Ashanti 2.
No, so basically the ones with 1, Upper East, Upper West, OT and Western North. Everybody else has 2.
Yes.
So you can see the equation. Now a couple of quick points to note. 2017.
Yeah.
So a couple of things. In 2017, there were 30 ministers, but now they've been reduced to 23 sectors. 30 ministries. All right. So the EI that the president put out last 2 weeks reduced the number of ministries from 30 to 23, and the 23 are the ones you've mentioned, plus the 3 functional, making 26. Now, so Akufo-Addo 1 had 30 ministries, 7 from Ashanti, 4 Eastern, Northern 2, Central 1, Western 2, Bono 2, GA 2, Volta 2, Northeast 1, Savannah 1, Upper East 1, Upper West 1, and I think that's what we had. Now in 2021, Ashanti had 7, Eastern had 5, Greater Accra had 3, Western had 3, Western North had 3, Northern had 2, Bono 2, Upper West 1, Savannah 1, Central 1, Volta 1, Northeast 1. In the first list, there was no Upper East, Bono East, Ahafo, Western North, and OT. Subsequent reshuffles would correct that. But initially, it was 7, 5, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So
with 7 being Ashanti, 5 being Eastern.
I need to make 2 points. The Constitution asks that at least half of your ministers be MPs. So you can say that the presidents will typically look in Parliament for the first pool. The weight of MPs that the NPP has will be mostly Ashanti and Eastern before you would have the rest flowing. The nature of this election result means that NDC has MPs everywhere. In fact, even in Ashanti where they used to have 3 or 4, they have 7. Eastern where they used to have 4 or 5, they have like 8 or 9. Western, they have 15 out of 17. Western North, 8 out of 9. Upper East, all the 15. Upper West, all the 12. Northern, they have everything but 6. Volta and OT, they have everything. Greater Accra, everything but 5. Right? So Central, everything but 5 with 1 independent. So I want first to talk about the constraint of regional balance as the first discussion point. But it's also interesting now that the names have come. Before I even go the summons, any name that excites you. So the names that came yesterday: Omanibo Ama Defense, Samuel George Communication, Okujeto Ablakwa for Foreign Affairs. Then you had Rashid Popo for Jobs and Employment. Then you have Kofi Boa for Lands. Then you have Interior being Muntaka, Sports Kofi Adams. Then you have which one have I forgotten, Seth? Special Initiatives. Somebody from BA. And then there's also the Science Technology Mutala. And then a special minister,
Kenneth AJ.
Yes, for Ashanti, who said Works and Housing, and then a final ministry for climate change. Any surprises, any pleasant ones, anyone you were not expecting, anything you knew is a good one? Any quick opening thoughts on that?
No, I don't think there are any surprises here. And for most of them, about 99% of the people named, I think that their personalities are consistent with the roles that they've been given, and so no surprises at all. Whether they are pleasant ones, I think for me, without any scientific context, Sam George comes.
Sam George as communication.
Yeah,
communication.
For me, that is a pleasant one.
Is it because he regulates part of our industry? You know, we are in 2 places. We are in communication and
because he's first of all a computer science person.
Is that what he studied?
Say again.
He studied at Tech.
KNUST,
okay,
yes,
which you also studied.
Which
so Computer Science Association.
And he's been knee deep in the communications industry, say for the last decade. Very much abreast with what's going on. He's been active in Parliament within that subcommittee. So I'm just saying that based on what I know, it's very consistent, and he should, all things being equal, he should tick all the boxes and be very fit for the role.
Do you know the Works and Housing guy, Ken Gilbert?
I don't know him as
you know of him.
You know, he used to be at Defense, but he was very quiet. I think he worked with Mark Uyongo.
Okay.
When Mr. Uyongo
was the defense minister,
I think so. He was cool.
He's from Ashanti region.
He also worked with the Lodina Foundation also, when I read on his profile.
As a minister?
No.
When those times, after minister?
No, not that.
Because, you know, there are 3 names in the list who are not MPs. Everybody else is an MP. The 3 names are Omanibo Ama, this gentleman you just mentioned, and then George Opariado. Which I think is quite interesting, that he's decided that almost everybody has to be an MP. He's even
I was also, I must say, I was also very excited with George Opayado Pablo.
Okay.
Because see, he's one person, maybe I'll say an unsung hero in this whole fight. NDC. He look, the guy has been everywhere.
Charlie, no busy.
And I'm not talking about the touch and go everywhere. He's been everywhere in the last 1 year, and somebody who has spearheaded the youth agenda within the party, and also has been MC of in the Eastern region.
Okay. No, Equapim North. Equapim North.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. In the Eastern region. And look, the guy. I'm not even sure that Pablo has been practicing his law.
Is he a lawyer?
He's a lawyer. The man is so involved. You know, it would just have been an anticlimax if
he hadn't been given.
Yes.
So, and the Ministry of Youth seems okay.
What?
Because it's a new ministry.
Ministry of Youth
Development, right?
And Empowerment.
Youth Empowerment, something. Yeah.
Which gives it another footing, if you like. So, and I can see how the expanse of the new Ministry of Youth, and again, it depends on the strategic direction that they want it to go, and the leadership potential that he is going to bring to bear.
Quick point. So apparently Samuel George studied agric engineering. Agric engineering is close to computer science. The other one I wanted a quick comment on was a Blackwell for foreign affairs. I thought that was quite interesting. We noticed that people serving on committees, which like it's almost like there's a formula. MP, a ranking member, and it's almost likely that you will be, because we've seen almost all of them. So we've seen, apart from Haruna Idrisu, from Kaziel to John Jinapo to Ayine to Agric to Health to Foreign Affairs to Roads,
correct,
and then to Communication. I think the formula is that if you have done leadership of that caucus for 8 years or 7 years or whatever, that seems to qualify you for the ministerial position. So it also means that members of parliament will start looking at the caucus positions more differently, because I think Akufo-Addo's second term was where he really made a lot of MPs ministers, and I think Mahama has continued on that footing but taking it to the next level. So now it looks like parliament as a place for preparing for ministerial positions is going to even get worse, so that they will even be lobbying for the caucus positions even in opposition. Do you get it? Because I can say over 90% of his appointees are MPs, and of that 90%, probably about 70% of those were caucus. Do you get it?
Yeah.
You know, because we mentioned almost 8. That is quite an interesting formula to have. And yesterday, when you went to the constitution thing, I'm sure one of the things they want to look at with constitutional reviews to say, oh, we shouldn't take half of our MPs, our ministers from parliament.
Yes.
Did that come up at all?
Yeah, and they think that the president has too many powers. The constitution gives the president too many powers to appoint too many people. So we need to have a proper look at the constitution so that institutions function and not vest so much power into the president, for example. And there are issues about the ex gratia, the emoluments, entitlements, and all.
So they want
Article
to.
71.
The people, yes, they want to reduce the power of the president.
Yeah. The appointing authorities of the power of the president must be reduced. There are about 16 proposals. So power residing with the people. So the people have the power to amend the constitution, for example. They said there must be proportional representation in parliament where smaller groups are not excluded in governance. So people who are activists in greenery and all those kind of things, activists should have representation. And then decentralization of election.
I won't go all into that. And by the way, this was a different meeting. This is not the group setup. Okay, fair enough. Yesterday, last point on that before I come to you. Yesterday, Roxanne Dafiameko said something quite interesting on the floor, that the president has been empowered to appoint at least 7,000 people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Did you hear that? Our president can appoint up to 7,000 people.
That's too much.
Too much.
Well, that's what it is. It's always been
7,000 people.
It's always been up to
Yeah, that's why the people say we want to review the constitution and make the president appoint less people.
But I know
it's not going to change.
No, but I know what's interesting about that. That suggests that he needs a system around him, because there's no way he will know half of those people personally in a way that he can even call them on his phone. Yeah. So what then happens is that what kind of system is in place for selection?
7,000 people.
Now, what is the criteria? The constitution only hints of regional balance and other kinds of balances, but it doesn't really prescribe what you should do. So there's discretion there. What minister caught your attention?
No, I was even just going to say simply that it's like, even you don't even have to be leader. Once you're in the committee, it's like he sees that you've been in the committee, you put you in the ministry. So you see a lot of them, the committee, the leadership. It's like your parliamentary thing has been kind of training you.
Yeah, so that's an interesting observation to make. So what about you? What caught your attention in terms of minister role, that the new list? Defense, foreign affairs, interior.
You heard Agboja a lot anytime the president spoke about roads, the numbers in his State of the Nation's address. Anytime the minister at the time, Terminator, or the one who took over, Francis Assesubuachi, talked about roads, you heard him come to challenge the numbers. You heard him come to talk about the funding. You heard him talk about projects that are stored. So it's a natural progression. It's not surprising to see the kind of progression that people have taken. When you look at the foreign affairs ministry, for example, a lot of the times when you were talking about students, Ghanaian students stranded abroad, it was a black one who was talking about it. If you're talking about Oslo, Norway, embassies things, or embassies in Ghana demolished, people taking land, it was a black one who was leading the charge on these. So I think it's been a good grooming ground for.
So they use the committee to educate themselves. And the first one I saw on this, when President Akufo-Addo appointed Dominic as defense minister, a lot of people were wondering why. But apparently, for the 8 years or so, he had been quite active on some committee called the Defense Committee. Right. And interestingly, most of the things that the executive do in Ghana, the legislature actually are aware of it. Yes. So so it's almost like the way the system has been designed. If you're a finance minister, there's not much you can do if the finance committee does not approve of it. And I think it goes through all the ministries. So if you're a communication minister, your ranking communication person is basically the one who needs to know what you're doing. So hopefully it provides good training as to the issues there. Challenge though is being an opposition politician is different from being a minister. So there's a lot of skills. Let me give you an example. A foreign minister is supposed to be a diplomat, and when you deal with diplomats are supposed to keep their opinions to themselves and basically just communicate the position of their country. Now, I've known him since secondary school. He is not a shrinking violet, so he speaks his mind and he's very articulate. And he also takes on difficult issues. He will have to do a lot of realignment of his way of doing things, because it's a different training that you need in that space. But the Okujeto I know, he's almost like an ambidextrous guy. He will function in that role, and you'll be surprised that this guy who used to talk all the while has become this kind of thing. So that's what it is. A lot of people were saying, well, why don't you just use a career diplomat? But I think what the president has done is to basically say, I'm looking at people's growth and I'm going to put them in the role. All right. Samuel George as well, an exciting pick. Yeah. Samens makes the point about how he's grown, and I think Samuel George is not just in the communication. So if you look at Samuel George as a person, from the way he even came into parliament, defeating E.T. Mensah, to what he's pushing with the LGBTQ thing,
and his Ayahuasca issues too.
So somehow his profile has risen in NDC. So I remember there was a day when we were covering the collation. There was a day some people came there, and he was like, Charlie, he was basically telling Charlie, Femodi, he mentioned some guys look at him and say, Charlie, so he's almost become one of the NDC young leaders. So as Samen says, he and people like Pablo have risen in profile.
Remember when there was the SIM card registration issues with the communication minister at the time? He always was the one who did the press conferences, stood up to the minister and said that, look, you cannot cancel people's SIM cards. Give us a deadline that if you don't register, people are not going to use. So there was a stubborn academy thing going on where he said...
His challenge we'll discuss later. Every sector has unique challenges. And the telco sector, the way the competition is curious. And so I'll just ask you about defense though. So you know Amanibo Ama pretty well because of the work he did as communication minister.
That's correct.
Was it surprising to you he was named defense? And
Not at all.
how do you see him there?
What I have on my mind, if I say it, you sack me from.
Oh no! What do you mean?
What do you want to say? This is your studio.
What do you have in your mind?
Oh my word!
Oh man!
What, is it a Siberia kind of ministry?
No. So basically, every president needs a very trusted person.
Okay.
To be a defense. You know, back in the day, you say in the 80s, 70s, the context was that, hey, Charlie, coup d'etat, you want somebody, but we've moved way beyond that. And I think that the defense budget is humongous.
So it's a powerful ministry.
It's a very, very powerful but silent ministry.
Right.
And look, who went to defense?
His brother.
And
he stayed there for 8 years. And Akufo-Addo, one person when they stayed there for 8 years. Exactly. So you don't touch.
And even NDC, Dr. Ben Kumbo.
Prior to that, there was
So it normally is the very heavyweights
who are put there,
highly trusted people who are placed there, and I don't think that it just fits
the role.
Yeah,
he comes up. He comes across to me in the sense of the way Totobi Kwachi was seen in your days. I don't know. You know both men. That's how I see Omane Boamah in terms of information guy, but can be used to do different things. Always in the shadow. So if you see President Mahama 234, Omane Boamah is there somewhere. I'm sure you know them better to say whether they have any similarities.
No, I know Totobi Kwachi better, not Omane Boamah like that, but he's a good friend.
Totobi was National Security Minister after
and
information.
Many things, yes, many things, and you just brought this to mind. It's true that he's picked some of the Totobi traits where you don't just talk anyhow.
They pick when they talk.
You choose when to speak, and most of the time you don't speak at all, but you act. And you also do a lot of proxy action. You sit at home and get Caleb to get something done, and you are very effective at that. I mean, if
he's not necessarily looking for the limelight, but Totobi is not somebody who always come on air, but he's always
never. I wouldn't even say he always. He never went on air, even as information minister.
So in all those days, he never did an interview.
Never, not even once.
So even you haven't interviewed him?
No.
Hey, then it's serious.
But he was. Look,
he was everywhere.
Maybe I may sound exaggerating. He was the minister who was closest to the media.
Yeah.
Right. Even though he was not
talking,
speaking.
But he was close to the media.
He knew everybody by name.
Wow.
Hey. And yet he was not giving interviews.
No, he won't talk to anybody. I mean, he will talk to you.
But people will talk to him.
No, he'll talk to you privately, and he won't talk anything official.
Not on record.
No.
I think it's a very important ministry, because when you look at the things happening around us, especially Burkina Faso, it's a very important ministry. He's been given a very big job.
Yeah.
I have one question. What's the difference between defense and interior? What's like the...
So the way I look at it is the reporting structure. So interior is internal security, and defense is protecting outside. So that's why the police, fire service, immigration are interior. Then the army is, which is why when people say bring the military, is something you need to think about, because the military's training is to defend the country from external aggressors.
And they shoot to kill.
The police are trained to maintain civil order. No, I think it's an important point. So you only bring soldiers in when what you are doing threatens the whole state. Even in the US, when they bring in the National Guard, it's because they consider what is happening internally as something that can potentially destroy the whole country.
Man, in the UK, a military person, when he's in London or in the city, is supposed to conduct themselves as civilians.
Wow.
Serious?
Yes.
When the military person is...
Yes. On a normal day, they are supposed to... They are not working.
So it's when they are on assignment. Serious?
And nobody will give you assignment to go and shoot somebody in central London. No.
So the distinction is so clear. So in the UK, the police are in charge of the space.
Even the soldier man fears the police.
Yeah. Well, then Muntaka has a good job. So let's come to Muntaka.
But see, we ourselves, we as a country, we have bastardized this interior ministry thing by the creation of the National Security Ministry,
which was not necessary
at all.
They should have kept it as a national security outfit working with the interior
reporting
ministry
through the interior ministry.
Oh, that's what it should have been.
Of course. But why do you need another ministry called National Security?
About 3 of that.
So you think it's good that the NDC has not repeated the ministry?
Very good.
Okay.
It's just a replication that is unnecessary, brings unnecessary power play and tension.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot be, you see, you cannot be a national security head if you are not prepared to work under the interior ministry.
Which brings to light the whole Ayawaso West Wagon issue. If you listen to that committee report, there was a lot of issues around national security and police and interior ministry, who was really in charge, and it wasn't very clear.
But tell me, the establishment of the National Security Ministry, what difference it made in the last 12 years? 8 years.
8 years.
What difference? Nothing.
So we've gone back to the
people just wore space.
A mask. So let me come back to you. So you're saying that as we sit here, the Interior Ministry should coordinate activities of national security.
Very much.
Muntaka Mubarak is the MP for Asawanse. He's the nominee. Any surprises there? A lot of tech people went to tech as well. I think he did planning also. So Samuel George went to tech.
He didn't meet me.
Is he older or younger?
Oh, he didn't meet me there. He's way younger than me.
Are you that old?
Well, I think so now.
So he went to KNUST. So he's a Kumasi person.
No, he's a proper Kumasi boy. He's a
Kumasi guy.
And
he did agricultural economics and then later MSc development policy planning. So and he's a development planner.
He's been minority chief whip and leader in parliament for a long time. That's what you call a safe pick.
Yeah.
The kind of person who understands the establishment.
Yeah.
He knows how to manage.
But I think, look, I would say that it may not necessarily be the most effective team in terms of the ability to deliver, but I think it's the most efficient, given all the considerations, regional balance, ethnic balance, and all. I mean, there are some places they will have to compromise
quality
for the choice of regional balance or ethnic balance.
So which is what you're saying, that efficiency means that you have to deploy using all the factors. Exactly. But effectiveness means if you have to use all from one region, let's use it because the work gets done. Exactly. So for a political leader, you have to sacrifice sometimes effectiveness for efficiency.
Exactly.
Because there will be agitations.
There will be.
Where people are expecting appointments. I'll come to that shortly. I just wanted to run through the list again. So we've dealt with the first batch. We've done defense. We've done interior. Caleb, what else was announced yesterday? Works and housing is the Ashanti guy. You've already spoken about him. Which other one?
There is energy.
No, we don't. I'm talking about the new ones.
Okay. So there was Haruna. I'm sure we've mentioned him.
No, the ones that were released yesterday.
Joseph Bukari Nikbe, transport.
He is MP for Saboba.
Yes, please.
I don't know a lot about him.
Yeah, you don't know.
Who is
Ahmed Ibrahim Banda? He's been to his vetting.
Ahmed Ibrahim, yes. So look, no, I'm talking of the ones that were released yesterday. Caleb.
So I found the list.
Yes.
Here. So then it was defense, communications, lands and natural resources.
Ama Kofi Boa, we know. He's been energy minister before. He's a safe pick.
Yes, sports and recreation.
Kofi Adams. Sports,
yes.
After we finish endorsing Nilante, it's a bit.
Who endorsed Nilante?
Oh, sports panorama
people.
But do you understand politics?
We did our endorsement. You see, I guess people are looking at someone who has been there, what they can do to fix the sports space. I mean, I don't think Kofi Adams, I don't recall anything he's been doing in sports. I've seen that he's a boxing enthusiast and stuff, which I'm happy about, because I said I don't want a black, because right now the sports ministry has become a black stars ministry. So for me, they need someone who think about other sports, change things up. But there's a lot of work to do in our sports, because even the one thing we've been good at recently, which is football, is going very badly. There's a lot of work to do. So
if you had looked at the formula Mahama was using, you would have known that Nilante would have gotten the job, because he's basically looking for MPs. And the only place he didn't use MPs were places they don't have a lot of MPs. So he used 2 Eastern and 1 Ashanti. You get it? So everywhere they have MPs, he's chosen an MP. So, and by the way, if we are told, sometimes you can help me. There are cascading effects because of regional balance. So let's assume, for example, he had made say Joshua Alabi a defense minister, that then changes everything because it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
So once you pick one person from a region, you have to then, that's what he means by the efficiency. So maybe Neil Ante was a victim of the efficiency thing, where they've picked Samuel George for communication and picked
I'm not even sure
for...
Neil Ante wants to be a sports.
You see,
you don't think so? But the sports people want him.
We were begging him.
I'm not sure he wants to be a sports ministry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, I won't say much, but I'm not sure.
But okay, let's forget about whether he wanted to. A president could have convinced him to, if they realize that he can do something.
Of course,
yeah,
of course. But there are several factors involved in this, and I just think that people like Neil Ante Van der Poel understand the challenges of our sports ministry so well, and for whatever it's worth, I still think that President Mahama is going to engage Neil Ante
in some way,
in a way that he will bring his influence to
on
bear.
Sports,
because Neil Ante cannot sit down.
He has to do something. Okay, so sports is Kofi Adams from, and by the way, he's the only nominee from OT for now.
But, did you notice though during parliamentary debate yesterday, the former minister was sitting closely to him? Yesterday, the debate was ongoing. They were doing their own consultations.
I wanted to make that point. I mean, something I've noticed. Even the way Haruna was vetted with Educhum, and then the way Brian came for Eric Opoku, I kind of like some of that. I kind of like that because you see, at the end of the day, it's one country we are trying to build, and even though they make a lot of noise on the outside, you can tell that the old guys are very interested in who takes over from them, and they actually want the guy to do well. From what I see,
I think that's how they structured it.
Yes, from what I see,
when they bring a nominee in a ministry that you have managed,
you should come and
yeah. But I like Brian's posturing
to Eric Opoku.
Yes, you know. Truth, I was expecting some, you
thought it would be Butu. It was not.
But Brian looked like Charlie some.
Yeah.
Or Borobi.
But I'm handing over to you. So, and then
it looked very good.
And Educhum too did the same thing.
Oh, of course.
And then I'll tell you something. Agboja too kept referring to
Francis, and then
he kept referring to Amakwanta.
Yes.
About 3 answers.
Yes.
Yeah.
He made reference to Amakwanta not to contradict him, but to actually sort of say that this is what the guy has been doing. So I like that because you see, a lot of times if that doesn't happen, then because not everything that happens in the ministry is bad, there has to be some continuity of some good things and then discontinuation of some bad things. So
Aloski, the thing I told you, the day bane kokoba me a crop.
Yes.
A Jumano be the same thing.
No,
the only difference is the edidija. If they have the deed and charge you
that is the painful one. All right, let's move to the other one. We said the day bani kokoba. Thank you. I like that.
The same thing.
Let's deal with the other new ones. Just the ones that we announced yesterday.
So sports and recreation. So then labor, jobs and employment.
Rashid Popo is a safe pick. He's been minister for sports, minister for private sector development, MP for WAS Central for as long as I've been alive.
We like him.
So Rashid Popo is a cool guy. Something I'll tell about Rashid Popo. He used to be a boxer.
Oh,
you didn't know? He was boxing until he went to Kumasi to meet some boxer. He said the way the guy beat him. After that fight, he sat and said, "If I continue this job, I'll die." So after that beating, he said, "Let me go back into school."
So we have health.
Health is interesting. So this continues the tradition of non-doctors. Alessegbefia, a non-doctor. Ajimamenu, a non-doctor. Now, Akando, who was the committee chair or ranking for the sector. It's interesting because there are a lot of doctors in the NDC. Grace Ayesu Dankwa is there. Koma Jehu Apia is there. Victor Bampo, of course, has been out. Soji Tete is there. Titus Bayu is there. So, and a lot of them. So I feel like this is I think the formula was Parliament. I think the formula was Parliament. And Parliament too, there's also experience. Because even though Titus Bayu and Grace Ayesu Dankwa are doctors, they don't have parliamentary experience. So he probably went for...
Because you are going to have to be meeting the committee quite often. That experience with the committee is probably what they are thinking about, that it will help you do your work
then
better.
You also need money. And this guy is a finance guy. So we don't know. We'll see how it goes. So that's Kando. And as Amen said, there's also balancing act. So Western North, from the way we looked at the calculation, there were 2 key names in Western North, actually 3. Yeah. So Minta Kando, Samson Ahi, and then Richard Champong. Yeah. Samson Ahi was the former Deputy Minister for Housing. Yeah. But there's also Richard Champong, who's Bia East. So those were the 3 prominent names. So it seems as if some...
But I don't see how Grace will end up at the Ministry of Health, not even as deputy.
Why?
Western.
Western, Northwestern.
Yeah.
So it may have to go somewhere else. Yeah, it may have to go somewhere else. But it's sensitive. The deputy will have to be a doctor.
Yeah, but we want the stylish people to come. So Grace should be giving
something to speak nice English.
Yeah.
Because she was training. She was in California or something. Where was she?
Yeah, LA. Yeah.
LA.
California.
All right.
Hollywood actually.
So the houses that were burning.
Well, she practiced in
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up with the list. I'll come to the senator question.
So then, after health, we have environment, science, and technology.
As for Mutala, I've known him for I don't know how long. He's Charlie.
Ibrahim
Mutala has been there and thereabouts all the time. Former MP for Nantong, then left Parliament, went to Tamale Central. He was Deputy Minister for trade. So I'm not surprised at all. So he's one of the important NDC MPs from the north. Yeah, and Tamale Central is a key seat for the NDC. All right, apart from Tamale South, one of the biggest. And Mutala has been a student leader for many years, and he's done stuff in development and all of that. So he will do what he has to do.
But the whole spread, as we are trying to discuss ethnicity, regional balance, and gender, and how to, satisfy the people. It's difficult, but it's not limited to just ministerial appointment. Outside of the mainstream ministry appointment, the president has about 140 state agencies.
140?
About 140 state agencies.
Oh
yeah,
that's a lot, man. To appoint CEOs.
Yes. And in certain cases, appoint deputies. In some cases,
140.
President Mama, please don't appoint PROs.
That one is not good.
That one is not good.
We shouldn't sign letters saying the president appointed someone as a PRO. That was so bad. Ghana Gas. Like, why does the president have to appoint a PRO? Just
please
let the CEO
don't go there.
Yeah, the pressure was too much. So we are still on the list, right? Have we done
transport?
We'll have to find out more about him, but he's for the first time the list didn't include profiles.
Yeah, I guess because they're longer lists. So
usually they would have added profiles.
Because they've usually been doing shorter ones.
So he's an MP from the northern region, but Saboba, so the eastern part. So as he's saying, also some balancing act
then
there.
We've spoken about interior, foreign affairs.
Yes.
Now works and housing and water resources.
Which is the Gilbert guy.
Who's not an MP.
Yeah.
And then the Minister of State in charge of special initiatives.
He's from Northeast.
Yeah. No, that's Emmanuel Kojo-Ajikum.
Sorry, he's from the Bono East.
Yes.
He's an MP for
the Northeast.
He's MP from Kranza South.
The Northeast is climate change and sustainability.
Okay.
And then, of course, the person who's been signing the letters himself is now Minister of State for Government Affairs, Government Communication.
All right, now a couple of quick points to make. Send us your views. Which minister nomination excites you the most or surprised you the most? Now the cabinet is full. It would just be nice to remind you of who has occupied these positions, so you can see that it's been an interesting journey.
In the past,
So in 2017, National Security was Kandapa, Finance was Ken Ofori-Atta, and Ken took that in both 2017 and 2021. So Naro didn't really change his ministers. Ken remained National Security. Ken remained. Alan changed after he became a candidate, but Alan was trade all for almost 7 years. Dominic Nitiwo defense throughout, Ambrose Derry interior throughout. Boache Jakun was one of the first casualties. He was energy before it was taken over by Ameu. Later on, even Naput came there. Foreign affairs, Ayokobo Trade has been there, stable for 8 years. Food and agriculture, Free Akoto for the first term, and then he started the second term before his presidential ambition, and Brian took over. Napo was education in the first term. He became energy in the second term. Ajimamenu has been held for the 8 years.
I think Okoboy took over
at the latter stage. Yes, thank you for that. Ankoto Say was monitoring evaluation. That ministry was collapsed after the first 4 years. Reorganization. Dambutre later became local government. He's been there for the period. Ameu was lands and natural resources. Later became energy. Ended up at railway. Kofi Ada was sanitation. The ministry was collapsed. He became aviation at some point. Joe Gatti was railway. He also was removed. Ignatius Bafwe employment for the 7 years. Esla communication throughout. Amwakwanta roads until the last reshuffle. Esiama transport throughout. Sisi Adapa aviation until it was collapsed. She moved to sanitation. Afoleko efficiency and aquaculture. First term, second term, Hawa Kumsen. Afeku was tourism, arts and culture before Awal took over. Environment was Kwabna Frimpong Boateng before he was replaced by Kwekwe Friye. Chieftaincy was Kofi Jameshi before he went to Bui. Mustafa Hamid was information before Kojo Ponkroma took over. Social protection Oktiko before Adjoa Safo and later a couple of others. Hajia Alima was local government before she went to US taken over by Dan Botre. And then Attorney General was Gloria Kufu before the deputy AG took over. So this is just to give you a sense of what has where we've come from with the minister. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm very interested in what the climate and sustainability minister of state will be up to, because I look at this country and our climate issues. A lot of them are beyond what we can do. And I'm wondering, what is he going to change about the way we do our country? I'm just trying to think, like, what climate issues can we tackle based on our consumption?
What's the name of the role again?
I think
Climate and sustainability.
I'm just trying to think about what his scope will be and what he can change realistically, considering our profile as a country.
This is what I would say. There's a lot of donor money and international interest in climate and sustainability. And because of the function, putting it under a bureaucracy of a Ministry of Environment or a different ministry restricts it, because there's even energy transition. So I feel like they put somebody there to coordinate all the relationships and the conversations, because, for example, we need to work sustainability into everything. Sustainability into energy, sustainability into mobility, sustainability into agriculture, sustainability into urban planning. So sustainability and climate is now more like a function which is cross-cutting. It's not a sector.
Yeah.
Which is why they probably need somebody like that. I don't know.
I'm not even talking about who they have chosen. I'm talking about the way it's been structured. It's not sustainable.
The sustainability is not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. Whereas there's Environment Ministry, which is the umbrella ministry or the umbrella function that captures sustainability, climate, environment, and everything. See, it cannot even stand on its feet unless they bring people from the Environment Ministry as technocrats to support. If you are going to bring people to come and support the new ministry, why set up a new ministry?
I think it's Minister of State, so I don't know if it's a new ministry specifically.
Well, if it makes my point better, then what can they do if there's a bigger ministry called Environment?
And then there's also energy transition in
there
energy.
Are technocrats who are specialized in all the things we are talking about.
Yeah.
In the same Environment Ministry. So why don't we rather isolate the functions and empower them with, if you like, ministerial support and budget support? But I think there will be replication and there will be redundancies.
I just wanted to ask you a final question. That did you think the deputy ministerial will be based on what the minister prefers, or still the balance? Because when yesterday Vivian interviewed Felix, he was saying the deputy ministerial list may not come out now because by convention the president has to consult. He didn't say by law, he said by convention. The president usually consults the minister to discuss. But if you look at the agitation we're seeing, where people are saying, for example, Bole, they are burning office. In fact, the NDC in Savannah issued a statement disowning those who did that. Some people are saying they want Jachi Kwesi to be a deputy minister or minister or whatever. Will he have to continue satisfying, optimizing, or what's the word you use, efficiency, whatever? So basically use the deputy minister thing to keep solving this agitation problem?
Yeah, he
has to use that.
Because, you see, at that point, it's a political decision. So you will have to do it. And when the gentleman said that the president will have to consult, it's not the same as the president needs their permission. It's like, I mean, nobody has been surprised with the ministerial appointment.
No.
Everybody who has been named was first consulted
and spoken to. Yes.
Spoken to.
Yeah.
And you, that the president has just appointed you, the president calls you that, oh, I want to bring Caleb to come and support you, you tell him no.
You can't.
Maybe you give them 3 options each. Maybe you say these are.
No, I don't think he'll do that.
Pick one.
Maybe, just maybe.
That's the consultation.
Just maybe. But
if he does that, the regional balance will not work.
The 3 choices will still have to serve the purpose of the president.
And the balance
that he's seeking for. So that's still.
But they've appointed you for 2 weeks and they say I want to make some of the deputies. You no go agree.
Yeah.
No, you will agree.
We've seen some where people have been brought as deputies, and the minister for the whole tenure never spoke to the deputy, never called them to any meeting. They never called them to any meeting
for the 4-7
years. So those things can happen. That kind of attrition is what they seek
to avoid by getting
by
a consultation,
engaging them, but not because they need their permission. Because look, right now, even if the president ends up selecting deputy ministers to create that balance, he still cannot exhaust people's
expectations.
He can't.
The expectation is too much.
Yeah, you have 16 regions. How many ethnic groups?
Plenty.
You can't satisfy everybody.
Right now we have at least 1 per region, so they are trying.
No, every region has 1, and then some have 2 or 3.
Yeah,
so
just going back to to take
help me. Sorry. Do we have a Ga in this? I mean,
yes.
Ga, not Gadangwe Ga.
Na Momo.
Oh, La.
No. Nwa.
Oh, Crow.
I wanted to read a message the NDC sent in Savannah. If you can find it for me. Mm-hmm. It's a letter they wrote to the police.
Yeah.
Telling the police that if somebody goes to ransack any place in their name, they should catch the person. I'm just looking for the letter. Yes, letter to the police. I think it's important to read this letter because of what we are discussing. Savannah Region NDC, a letter to the Regional Commander, Ghana Police Service. Arrest and prosecute all persons destroying party properties without lawful authority. The Regional Executive Committee of the NDC of the Savannah Region's attention has been drawn to the unlawful act of a group of people alleged to be NDC party supporters who were going around the township of Bole destroying party signboards on the allegation that their favorites have not been appointed as ministers of state. The party distances itself from the acts of these people and condemns in no uncertain terms such barbaric and anti-party conduct, and shall subject any party member who engages in such unlawful acts to the requisite party disciplinary procedures. The party also directs the police command to fearlessly investigate, prosecute all persons directly or indirectly connected to this unlawful act of the said group of persons, to serve as a deterrent for others who may be contemplating or harboring such dastardly acts in future. We entreat all party faithful and people of Ghana to remain calm and to trust in the ability of the competent President Mahama to select a team of persons he believes are better placed to help him reset the country. Thank you. Signed by Salisu Be Awure. Is he not the new minister? So this is a regional secretary who's been nominated as regional minister for Savannah.
That's correct.
This is the kind of thing you expect from the political parties.
Yes, this is the kind of thing, and then added to that, the police must act, because you see, this is how far he can go. But what should the police do? This man cannot cause an arrest.
He can't.
But if he is the acting regional minister, he has given the best indication. So the police have to act so that it will be a signal to other areas. Like you said, somebody in the western, central, Jachi people, you don't know. But this can even motivate somebody to go and do the same thing. I mean, you go and burn ties in front of President Mahama's father's house to indicate your disapproval of the way he is. The man is the president and he comes from your place.
So even if he doesn't appoint anybody from there, you should
by now you should be building a monument.
Instead of destroying.
But
you are
a few messages.
Yeah, some messages have come through. I would like to know if any vetted minister has ever been rejected. You didn't add your name. Hello, Bernard. I really hope that by the next election, MPs will not be eligible to be ministers. Eric from Dasman. That will require some constitutional reform. Bernard, though this president is emphasizing inclusiveness in governance, I do not so far see any appointment of a person with disability in his appointment. In fact, I don't hear them mention persons with disability at all. when they talk about inclusiveness. Alex from UG sent that through.
Okay.
I'm just awaiting the vetting of Sam George and Okudjeto Ablakwa. Hopefully it will be exciting. However, I want to see more women in the subsequent appointments, including deputy ministerial positions. Courage from Koforidua. I think Mahama and the NDC's choice of youthful ministers as part of a succession plan, as Mahama has just one term. Sayram from Dansuman. Ben, tell your boss he's making our day with his terms. Edidija be the turn. Davis from Community 25. But interestingly, one thing that came up yesterday was in the review of the Constitution, folks want to see a recall mandate of non-performing elected officials. So
a recall mandate.
Yes. So if you're an MP and by your second year in your first term you are not performing, they want the electorate to trigger that part of the Constitution. Should it be, reformed? So that they can,
And who will recall? Is it the people or the president?
The citizens, yes, the citizens.
We can recall you.
You are not performing, so they want you out.
I was going to make this point when you were mentioning the MPP list. I think that again, maybe President Mahama could start this. Let's not appoint ministers
for life.
It's
like 8 years. Nothing.
Giving them a sense of entitlement that once I have been appointed, I own the place. And then they also start saying, my ministry, me and my ministry. It's not your ministry. It's the ministry. It's not your ministry. And ministers, when they are appointed, should know that they have a tenure. And I think that, look, we should let them know that you are only there for a period of time. And the situation we saw in the last government where ministers were kept at one position forever is bad.
Why?
The outcomes would explain why I say it's bad.
Let me read this comment. Benjamin Oseku for deputy minister nominee was rejected under President Kufuor's term. I still have the Hansard on the rejection. So this is coming in from somebody in the system.
I want to just add to what Saman said about the people's thing. I think some of them, they should have been sacked based on things that happened. I think the health minister is a very good example. When he got caught up in that whole vaccine thing, it was poor. I think,
or even resign.
That was a suck up. But Ghana, people don't resign. So that one, we have to. But I just want to respond to one of the text messages. He mentioned people with disabilities. I think he makes a very good point that that's not part of the inclusiveness that we are seeing. There's also another point to it. How many people with visible disabilities do we see in Parliament to start with? Yes. Knowing that that's the main pool that people are picked from. That's true. The second thing is, I think just because they don't have a visible disability doesn't mean people don't have disabilities. I think disability is a very broad term.
Oh yeah.
And there's disabilities you might not see, they might not be obvious.
It's true.
That's the thing. It's even reaching a point. Some people are saying people wear glasses. It's a disability because if I don't have my glasses, I can't.
So are you available? Are you available for appointment? Now since you have glasses here,
you get what I'm saying.
So are you part of the inclusive
we should also expand our thinking when we say people with disabilities to just people with maybe physical and very obvious disabilities. 100%. I think sometimes you should think a bit more
affirmative action. Affirmative action, Charlie.
Well, Charlie, but we do live presenter mentions. Yeah. People are saying that they want me to mention their name for minister. So can we do a? Can we have
let's throw them in.
Can we do a product where we can read it for a fee? So like because it's like because a lot of people are saying, Charlie, but you don't go drop my name. So maybe you can say
you can mention discussions. Names don't pop up. Because you mentioned Victor.
Because somebody even sent me a documentary.
Yeah, I did.
Somebody sent me a documentary today that you should appoint them as MC based on the work they've done in some constituencies. A whole documentary that I should mention it on air.
Well, maybe
I won't.
Look, the pool, it has a wide pool to select from.
Okay.
Because if somebody like Victor Bampo represents you, Victor
is in Ghana.
Oh, he was at the inauguration. Victor is in Ghana every week.
Because I know the question is, Charlie, where were you? When were we?
No. He lives in Nairobi. But he lives in Nairobi, but he's been in Ghana every week, especially during the campaign. Oh yes.
Does he have register? Does he mark register?
No, I mean I don't know everything about him.
Members make wadu.
But look at somebody like Josephine Nkrumah.
Yeah, she's in Liberia. She's working as.
You think she's there? She's not looking at what is going on.
She's working for ECOWAS.
Hey,
head of ECOWAS something. She's working for ECOWAS. She even listens to this show.
No, I'm just
working
saying
for
that
the country.
There are people you may not see them physically on the front lines.
Yeah, but they are also
doing stuff you know.
Then they have to come and tell people they are working.
No, no, they don't have to tell us. The president must know.
The party members will charge.
No.
You don't think so?
No, the president will know, and a lot of them they do stuff. Okay. Look at Standogbe.
Okay, he's not in the front.
Have you seen Standogbe in the front?
No, he doesn't.
And you don't know what he does?
He's a big man. I think your point is well made.
Where's it?
So yeah, Charlie. So please stop burning ties and things. It's not that's not how to get minister position. We'll be back with more Effective Living series continues from 9:30. We'll take a short break. Stay with us. We have a big interview coming up. And your comments are also welcome. 054-998-6996.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
This new year, let your journey be worry-free. Renew or buy a brand new motor insurance policy with Provident Insurance from January to March 2025 and enjoy exciting rewards such as fuel coupons and exclusive Provident souvenirs. Need assistance? Chat with Obaya, our friendly WhatsApp assistant on 024-242-6396. She will sort you out, babia, anywhere, anytime, or visit any of our branches, agents, or brokers today. Provident Insurance, your reliable partner for 43 years, keeping you covered every mile of the way. Don't miss out on this special offer. Terms and conditions apply. With Provident, man, you're covered.
Provident, man, you're covered.
Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. At Heritage Christian University, you're assured of quality education. We offer programs like Bachelor of Business Administration, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Psychology, Nursing, Information Technology, Information Security, and Business Information Technology. Professional programs like ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ABE. We also offer short courses on media and IT. What makes Heritage stand out is our experienced and scholar practitioner faculty, entrepreneurial training with financial support, ultra-modern facilities, and hostels. Qualifications for entry is WASI or SSC or GBCE, HND or Diploma Top-Up. Mature 25 years and above. Heritage is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact us on 054-777-7731 or 020-229-8399 or www.hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Hi, Aku. I just got the estimate for the home repairs. It's more than we expected. I'm really stressed about where to find the money.
Why worry, Musa? You are a salaried worker. Haven't you heard about the GCB personal loan promo? They can give you up to 700,000 Ghana cedis in less than 24 hours at a significantly reduced interest rate and fees.
Really? This sounds exciting, but is it easy to apply?
Super easy. Skip the stress. Get the cash with the GCB personal loan promo with a 1-month repayment holiday. Just visit a GCB bank branch near you or call 0302-634-922. Toll free 0800-422-422. No hassle, no stress.
Wow, I just got a notification. The loan is already in my account. That was fast.
Skip the stress and get the cash you need with GCB personal loan. Visit a branch near you today. Terms and conditions apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
When you hear that sound, it can only mean one thing. It's the sound of excitement, the sound of milky goodness. It's the unmistakable sound of rich, creamy deliciousness. The sound that lets you know that the original milky richness awaits. The milky richness you can find in every bite of Munchie Milk Shortcake.
With its unique blend of milky richness and carefully selected ingredients, Munchie Shortcake is crafted from an original age-old recipe to delight your taste buds. If you're looking for pure satisfaction and the authentic taste of original milky richness, it's time to grab a pack of your favorite biscuit, Munchie Milk Shortcake, today.
This advert is FDA approved.
Are you looking for an institution of higher learning to unlock your potentials? Look no further than Valley View University, Ghana's premier chartered private university. Valley View University offers undergraduate and postgraduate degree programs in the following areas: business administration, education, computer science, agriculture science, business, information technology, nursing, midwifery and mental mental health and development studies. Join a community that shapes character and provides excellent education. Apply now by visiting www.admissions.vvu.edu.gh for an enriching educational experience. For enquiries, kindly call 050-970-3052 or 030-7011-846. Valley View University, excellence, integrity, and service.
Protect yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap effectively kills 99.9% of germs with every use. Perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day. Available in a variety of variants and delightful flavors. Choose Cleanse for yourself, your family, and friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Let's clean soap. Clean.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
23 minutes past the hour of 9, still on the Citi Breakfast Show. And I have in studio friends from Academic Citi University. And I have the man in charge of the Communication Arts program in the person of Michael Yamua. He's the department coordinator. And the lady in charge of admissions, Lorna Quarty.
Hi, Bernard. How are you?
Sounds like Mona Quarty.
It does, right?
But it's Lorna. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about Academic Citi. We hear a lot about you guys. We hear you have a charter, you're a big university, nice campus, Peche Petins. Let's talk to us about the university.
Okay, so Academic Citi, before or some years ago, would have said we were the new kid on the block, but we are not so kidly anymore.
You are not a child. You are not small boys.
We're not, but it is a tertiary institution located in Accra, Ghana, Harcho, and we pride ourselves with giving students more of the practicality to the theory they study. We've completely migrated from the traditional style of teaching and learning, and Caleb, and the fact that we're giving students an iced experience. When I say iced, we give students the opportunity to be innovative, to be creative, to explore and experiment, and to discover their potentials as individuals. So
like
in
that.
a nutshell,
ICED, innovative, creative, explore,
experience, and then discover.
Wonderful. Let's talk about the Communication Arts program. What's the inspiration behind this program? What courses are you offering, and what makes it different?
Yes, Bernard, just as Mona said, yes, ACT traditionally we've been known to be a STEM education. So when you mention ACT, engineering. Yes. When I came in, the first question, Caleb asked me, where's Prof. Fred? Yes, of course, he's been the driving force. But if you realize ACT have moved on towards what we champion what we call the STEAM. The STEAM. Right. Because we believe that the arts is critical to the STEM, to the sciences, the technology, the engineering, and the mathematics. So for the communication arts, we say we are the STEAM behind the STEM. So the A in the STEAM that we are offering, because we believe in a holistic education. You can't be an engineer without understanding the focal points of what arts, because art drives engineering, art drives mathematics, arts drives technology. So the communication arts department was established to become a feeder ground to integrate the arts program. And when we came to the company, what is the communication arts? Traditionally, we have a communication department. Yes, but we have the arts program, which is embedded in all the programs we do. So whether you are an engineering student, a science student, computer science, you do arts programs, we drive it. And our department sits, or if I should put it, accommodates all those arts programs like logic and critical thinking, communication skills, text and meaning, how to deconstruct meaning out of any text you see. It is general to every student in there. And then French language, of course, foreign language, because we can't be competitive if we don't have that foreign language background. So these are some of the programs that I do. But core to what we do, we also have our own two main programs: the journalism and mass communication program, and then the advertising and public relations program.
So those are the two streams.
These are the two main.
How practical is this training for the real world?
You will attest to the fact that the media field is changing. Communication is not static, and we know that media tools are also what we call cultural tools. And if you attest to the fact that culture is dynamic and media is forever changing, and media driven by technology, then we can't be an institution as innovative, creative, and entrepreneurial minded as ACT and not imbibe what we call practical training into this. So our programs, as we mentioned, the two communication programs, whether you are within the journalism mass communication stream or advertising PR stream, it's tilted towards students becoming very practical oriented, project oriented program, linking them to industries and then industry players. Caleb has been focal to what we do. Last semester he was on fireside chats, for example. Yes. Fireside chats. Yes. And Bernard has also had the shout. He was on a fireside chat, and what that chat seems to do is that as a department, in order to give the students that real life experience, we look at issues that are believing the society and then pick a topic out of it. So we looked at digital storytelling for social good. Because you know, this is what's happening is that one major issue with media space now is what responsibility, being responsible media practitioners. So we dissected that. And Bernard, you being the host, you also visited our campus on a number of leadership series. You've been in our podcast studio or radio studio, campus radio. You saw what we do there. So Bernard, our courses are very practical in nature, innovative, creative, and then entrepreneurial. One of our core principles we operate with. Yes, other institutions may tout themselves, okay, innovation, entrepreneurship. These are banded around, but ACT is a living proof.
Okay,
yes,
let's talk about career opportunities or career progression programs, both locally and globally, for people who take part in this course. If I talk to learn about admission stuff.
Yes, when we groom students to become all-rounded media personnel. Yes, whether you are within the communication space, that's corporate communication, advertising, PR, journalism, mass communication, or even these days, what has become so big is what we call content creation.
Okay.
Yes, and these are professions people are likely to not pay much attention to. But if you realize the youth of today have capitalized on the entrepreneurial skills to drive these professions, which are now becoming very respectable in our field. So career opportunities abound. And what we do, just as we mentioned, we have a holistic training program. So you are not boxed into just one space. So you go through the ACT Communication Arts program, you are able to collaborate with your colleagues in other departments. Of course, what we offer uniquely that helps our students to be placed is the fact that they collaborate with other departments. So, for example, if when the engineering students were developing the incubator project, it wasn't just engineering students. Communication arts students were heavily involved because they were doing the promotion aspect of it. They were developing the product concepts, how to project plan, communication plan towards making it. So you realize that even for the PR students, currently what we do is that they liaise with even engineering, so that when you are a journalist, you are a PRO, you can say, okay, I have been sent to cover a program in engineering. I don't know anything about engineering. How do I flow? Okay. So with those, if I should call it, interconnection, collaborative communication, and then with other departments, we have a holistic program. So our students are are really prepared for the job market, no matter where.
Right. Let me come to Lorna. Where are we in the admission process?
Right.
And what are the options in terms of admissions?
Well, there are a number of options. We have equally migrated from the bureaucratic style of applying into tertiary institutions where you have to go to a post office, purchase forms and all. We've migrated from the paperwork to being digital. And so if you want to apply, there are so many options available. You can visit our website, which I would mention out, I think, very soon, to apply from the application portal. Or you can visit our campus. Every day is a campus tour day, so you might just want to come see the facilities we brag about for yourself. Or you could call us. We would share the details needed for your application, and then once you finish us with the information, we push the application through for you. We equally have an on-spot admission where if you have every documentation needed and all the details needed, we proceed with giving you the admission offer instantly.
What kind of student are you looking for?
An all-rounded student, a well-rounded student. We look out for the academics, which is very important per GTEC's requirement. We equally look out for students who have the tenacity for leadership, have social skills as well. Just somebody who is interested in making a change and being future ready for the jobs of tomorrow. We keep saying jobs of today are nothing like jobs of tomorrow. So being innovative, forging ahead, these are the type of students we look out for.
And what are some of the general entry requirements? Okay,
so I find it difficult talking about cutoff points because students knows what good results are. But per GTEC standard, for WASI students, and let me take this opportunity to talk about the non-arts programs as well. For engineering programs, we look out for a minimum of C6 in 6 subjects. For engineering, English, math, science for the core mandatory. The electives, elective math, elective physics, mandatory. Then we can substitute between chemistry
and biology.
IT, exactly. But if you want to do biomedical engineering, it is straight 6 courses or subjects we need: English, math, science, elective biology, elective math, elective physics. And then for the non-engineering programs, we need 3 of your core subjects: English and math mandatory. We can substitute between social studies and integrated science. And then 3 of your best elective subjects.
Wonderful.
For those who do the A-level, we need your IGCSE or O-level and the A-level together.
Both.
With the IGs, we will need a minimum of 5 passes in the IGCSE and then a minimum of 3 passes in the A-levels. And then for those who do the international baccalaureate, you would equally need a minimum of 5 passes. Now, when we say pass, we mean a cutoff point of 4 points or 4-point scores in your higher level or standard level, and then 3 in 1 for those who do the IB course. And for the IB diploma, we need the minimum of 4 points in 5 subjects.
So the listeners understand what you're talking about. They do.
I guess they do.
Anything to be said about deadline for application and admissions? Do you have one admission or 2 windows or a continuous window?
So we do have 2 intakes every academic year. What the Americans will call summer and fall. As Ghanaians we'll call it the September and January intake.
We'll take it like that.
So due to COVID some years ago, the WAEC system changed here in Ghana. And so the September intake is for the international exam students like the A-level and the IB, American Diploma students, where they join us in September because their results are released in August. And then the January intake, although purposely for the WASI students, we have students who may have taken gap years, done research, may have just decided not to apply earlier but are ready now to apply. So we do have the September and January intake. The September intake is done, January is opened. We are completely closing out the intake on the 5th of February, so the portals are still open. Do well to apply if you can. And let me just say this. We did last week have the scholarship interviews where we selected students, some very extraordinary students for financial aid. It is merit based, and so if your grades are good, come through with it, and then you can have that maybe in September or in January when we open those portals again.
So the number is what?
So if you want to reach out to us, you can visit our website on www.acity.edu.gh. Let me take it again, act.edu.gh, and then you get access to our website. And if you want to give us a call, you can reach us on 055 1014 444 or 026 54 23 557. Am I permitted to take the number again?
More than once.
Okay. So I take the numbers again. 055
101 quadruple 4.
Perfect.
055 101 quadruple 4.
Perfect. And then the other is 026 54 23 557.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And if you are interested in the communications art program, ask for Mr. Yamwa, or is it Dr. Yamwa? He's the department coordinator for communication arts program, who are also interested in getting new students for that. Lorna, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Academic City, always on the move. Coming up shortly is the Effective Living series. It's 9:39. Let's talk about Royal Kingdom before we go to the next round of vetting, which has started.
Yes, if you are looking for litigation-free land, contact Royal Kingdom Estate. First, save this number 055-755-5909 or 0272-77-880. Send them an email at info@Royal Kingdom Estate. Basically, they have properties in prime areas like Ebri and Accra with land starting at 90,000 Ghana cedis. Locate them at Cantonment opposite Soul Clinic. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams.
When we come back, we take you straight to Parliament for the vetting of a number of ministers, including Agnes Naumumulate, the nominee for Gender, Children and Social Protection, to followed by Elizabeth Ofosue-Jari, nominee for Trade, and then there are other nominees to be vetted today throughout the day. So stay tuned.
City 97.3 Accra.